it's a little bit difficult to adjust to it. I have to be one of those people who says, is there a gluten-free option?
Yeah.
It hurts my tummy.
Right, okay, so she was getting swarmed with hate and she quit streaming. Had she considered not being so obnoxious and overbearing? And maybe that might have made a difference. See you next Tuesday. See you next Tuesday. See you next Tuesday. Yeah, like she is the architect of her own pain, but she wants to act like it's everyone else. Anisa looks like if Ellen Page wanted to transition but couldn't afford to because they're not a Hollywood actor.
It's like, I don't know. Who are you going to piss off other than, like, a bunch of incels? Like,
iDubbbz bros. iDubbbz bros. It's never been more over. He's talking about people as incels. No! Imagine having a wife that doesn't wear makeup for you, but puts in a brand spanking new pair of titties for 1 million Kumas on the web. Anyway, we got some more stuff here. So we got the podcast where they spoke about it on the show, and then we've also got, I had to download it because it's been deleted at the front end, but we managed to download the stream that Anisa did talking about some stuff, so we're going to skim through it and see what there is. And then apparently there's some clips that maybe I missed that's during the gameplay segment, so we'll capture it all. Okay.
You didn't answer the question.
what was it?
Are you one of these people who don't go to the doctor because
No.
Well, he didn't even know that it was an option.
Yeah.
And yes, obviously, I've heard lots of jokes about this guy looking like me. Okay, so get him out of the way now. Yes, it's also someone with a beard. All right, let's leave it at that. Now, come on.
he just doesn't want to go to the doctor because it's
It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
I got videos to make.
Based.
Yes.
Yikes.
Yes.
Anyways, so you can continue.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, we thought about it. I was like Googling something about lactose intolerance. I think it was like FODMAP or FOD lactose intolerance, something like that. And an autofill came up with like celiac or gluten lactose intolerance. And I was like, ooh, I've seen the celiac disease thing.
Here's something. When they invent time travel technology, here's one thing that I think we should do. Make a note of this, guys. Okay? Make a note of this. We need to take like a USB stick of iDubbbz's current day content on, right? And we need to go back in time and show it to iDubbbz from, you know, the early 2010s and get him to do a content cop on himself in the future. And see how that pans out. See what that looks like.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
What are your thoughts on Mr. Frog's foreign policy decisions? Do you think he will win against President Jimble?
Nicholas, I don't know what you're on about, but thank you very much for the $5 nonetheless.
Pop up on my 23andMe. It's kind of the only thing that kind of stands out other than macular degeneration. And so I was like, okay, like I know celiac shit runs in my family, but
not only does it run in your family, it's like your great-grandmother, your grandmother, your aunt, and all.
Bro, what is going... They're talking about celiac disease. What the fuck, bro? I feel like I'm back selling life insurance again and some fucking old cunt is in my ear complaining about having celiac disease and I'm having to figure out which insurer is going to offer the best coverage bearing that money. Dude, I don't care. Celiac... Who cares about fucking celiac disease, bro? We're talking about iDubbbz shitting again, apparently. That's what we're getting into.
All of her kids are all diagnosed celiac.
I think so. Yeah,
So,
I mean,
like,
most of what you said.
It's
yeah.
in your family. It's not even like it runs in your family. It's like,
Isn't that what runs in your family means?
it does, but like when somebody says runs in my family, it sounds like they're saying like my
It's happened.
grandfather
Right,
has had it.
Okay.
Happens from time to time.
They saw H3 podcast focusing on Ethan's illness, copycats. Yeah, but that was funny because the comedy came from the fact that Ethan clearly didn't have anything meaningfully wrong with him. And he was doing the classic thing where you think you've got all these terrible illnesses or issues and you haven't been to the doctor about it. Yo! Thank you very much for reaching level 12. Yo, we're off the mark. I've not even begun playing yet. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Let's go. Raid. But yeah, I mean, you know, there's no kind of charisma in the discussion here, you know? Yeah, we can't really see it because of the black background, but yeah, we've got a raid sponsorship on the go at the moment. Love Raid, great game. Anyway, exclamation mark Raid in chat to get the download link. It works on mobile or PC. Do it however you want. Play it and download it. I would very much appreciate it. Thank you.
But it's like very.
Okay.
There's a lot of people in your family that are diagnosed. With
Let me rephrase. It's who we are.
We're the celiac brothers.
Celiacs.
Well, for me, when Ian said that, I like had a okay. Ian has told me before that he has people in his family that have celiacs, and I assumed that it was like, because a lot of people who like wanted to pretend like they have a gluten allergy, they would say that they're a celiac without like actually being a celiac. So when I hear people say like, oh yeah, my mom's a celiac, I assume like my mom doesn't like gluten.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
wonderful.
And
But how
avoids
do I
it,
make
you know.
money
I didn't
off
take
depressed people?
Holy
iDubbbz is
shit.
Definitely a bottom now. I disavow raid.
Sinani with a 50 Australian dollars. That is insanely generous. Thank you so much. Much appreciation. Thank you. Thank you. Very generous. Appreciate that. And I mean, listen, I can't speak on the raid comment, but iDubbbz is definitely a bottom. I mean, you know, that's probably a bit too rich for my blood, but yeah, I mean, I just don't see the content in speaking about medical conditions like to this level. I think there's like for example, right? Years ago, I had this weird neurological condition for like a week or something, got treated. I've had it for like a little bit of that. But it's like a funny story to tell. One day I woke up and I couldn't fucking walk anymore, and a bunch of doctors shoved their finger in my fucking ass, okay? That's a kind of funny story to talk about. Self-referential, funny, whatever. But like, we're talking now of she is giving all these juicy fucking details, okay? Of like his celiac disease or something like that, you know? And you're doing it now because it's funny! It's a funny story. ChudLogic. So, sorry, Star, you're not allowed to talk about your medical history, even if it's funny. Chud going to the doctor every day for a chance of some finger blasting. That's not funny. That's a dream come true. Anyway, all I'm saying is, I think it's fine to tell funny comedic stories about medical stuff, right? It's this kind of overwrought discussion about celiac, which is just kind of a boring condition, right? And you know, it's kind of a bore. Or you can't eat gluten. Oh, okay, wow, what a fascinating medical condition. Tell us more. And it involves Ian probably shitting himself, which is embarrassing.
Take it seriously, but when you were like, yeah, this does run in my family, I was like, oh,
Right.
wait a second.
Right. Yeah, it's a real.
Yeah.
I mean, if I also.
No, I did it because I'm just pointing out that I'd have a problem with people talking about their medical conditions. It's fine if it's a little funny one-off story or something entertaining, but like a drawn-out discussion about someone's celiac disease is not really how I'd categorize that. That's all I'm pointing out, okay? Funny medical story, tell by all means. Boring medical story about a boring medical condition that's a bit embarrassing for the other party, right? Probably best to just not speak about that on a podcast, in my personal opinion. But hey, it's not my content at the end of the day. They can do what they want, but they'll probably get mocked for it. Okay, there we go.
So, in fairness, if I clarified, if I didn't like kind of sweep the topic under the rug,
Yeah.
you probably would have had a clearer idea.
Yeah, because so it put everything into perspective, because basically if Ian is suffering from celiac disease, his stomach is his intestines, his like GI tract is constantly in distress. It's constantly inflamed because we eat gluten. And
Why?
when you try
Why?
to eat something like a difficult to digest protein, like lactose, or
Let me tell you some more about Ian shitting. So anyway, Ian eats stuff that makes him shit funny. Bro, why are you saying all of this? This is private information. If Ian wants to talk about it in a self-deprecating, comical way, fine, he can do that. But, you know, it's like you're putting this on him and he's got to act well. Maybe he has been cucked so much that he thinks it's fine and he likes it. But to me, I'm like, I would not want someone saying anything like this about my medical stuff, you know, out of my control. It's crazy if I had fucking celiac disease or something. Why would you want someone to give all the gory details? It's embarrassing. Surely it's got to be embarrassing.
if you try to drink alcohol, if your body can't like handle those things.
Hey, Big Bungie, how's it going, mate? Hope you're well. Apparently, all the podcasts are recorded on the same day. That's why they're also, I guess, vapid and boring. You're trying to say, is that it? Yeah, they are very dull, aren't they? The only reason I find it entertaining is because she's revealing all this private information that she probably shouldn't about Ian shitting. Crazy.
It will act like you're lactose intolerant or like you can't take alcohol.
Yeah.
So like you were experiencing malabsorption of alcohol and it was causing cyclical puking. And when you were having those bouts of puking, I remember like, because I have a lot of siblings and we've got
iDubbbz, let's talk again about you shitting and puking, shall we? Bro, why? Who wants this? This is insane. What? What? What man wants to sit there while their partner talks about private medical affairs to this degree, to the level where you're discussing their puking levels? Oh, dude, it's fucking insane. Hey, iDubbbz, remember when you were in the toilet and you were shitting and puking at the same time and it went all up at the walls and you had to clean it up afterwards? Because I told you when you're better, you got to clean it up, because I'm not doing it. I'm not cleaning up the shit and the puke out of the bathroom. You've got to do it. Remember that? That was a great story, wasn't it? Let's talk about that for 20 minutes.
sick a lot of times and I'm pretty like trained in like how to help someone. So I would wait until your stomach was pretty empty and I'd be like, have like a little sip of Gatorade every 15 minutes. And even the Gatorade was causing you, like small sip was causing you to like puke on the clock. And when you would drink milk, you would have lactose intolerant symptoms when it was tied with gluten.
Yep.
And so everything started
To make sense. Yeah.
And it was...
I didn't think that... I was like, oh, I maybe...
This is like an A-log wet dream. It's almost like she's an A-log psyop, right? She's like... She's a Kiwi farmer. She's on Kiwi farms talking about the shit that she's just revealed on the podcast. Yeah, did you hear about Ian shitting himself? Oh, that was terrible, wasn't it? What a fucking insane thing to say. God, Ian's a shitter and a puker. Holy fuck. Why? Why reveal all of this? And he's apparently happy with this? Yeah, this is boring and gross. Quite the combination. Dude. iDubbbz haters. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely eating right now.
Figured out my shitting.
Yeah.
The fact that it was like also coupled with figuring out the cyclical vomiting.
Yeah.
When only sometimes, I mean, I shouldn't say only sometimes, it helped me figure out the cyclical vomiting.
Yeah.
Because it is, I mean, it's like you said, where technically the alcohol, I think you can drink it if you have celiac disease.
Alcohol's gluten.
This isn't even embarrassing. What are you on about? Listen, if you don't think this is embarrassing, I wonder what the state of your fucking toilet is, to be honest with you. But yeah, no, talking about bodily functions, and this is a self-referential comedic story that you're happy to tell, I personally think it's embarrassing, and I'd be embarrassed if someone were to reveal a bunch of stuff about me that, was medically related that I didn't want to be revealed, And as a content creator, where there's some aspect of your image that's important, to be known as the pukey shitty guy, I don't know. I just think it's embarrassing. If you don't think that'll be embarrassing for you, that's fine. I welcome you to go onto a podcast with your other half and for them to reveal lots of personal embarrassing. Well, you don't think it's embarrassing, I guess. Personal information about your bodily functions related to your illnesses, and see what that feels like. We're just so not on the same page here. If you don't think this is bad, no, embarrassing at least. I mean, it just is, right? I mean, how can it not be to have your personal medical information discussed so openly,
Okay, that's wonderful.
right?
But how do I make money off depressed people?
This is boring talk about raid.
Okay, I do need to squeeze a small gameplay segment in a little bit. Okay, after this segment, probably we'll get to raid. Don't worry about it, but it's not going to be all at once.
Gluten-free because the fermentation breaks down the proteins.
But it's still, when you have gluten in your system, it still essentially acts like the milk would or the dairy product
Yes.
would, where it's like, oh shit, I'm having a hard time with this.
Yeah, because it can't digest.
Yeah.
It cannot send the enzyme. It can't work on digesting these things. So it goes. We have to exit this out of your body.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the crazy. Well, okay, so a crazy thing is we were talking about cyclical puking. That
Like,
you would,
also, the other thing as well, if you wanted to actually know about these medical conditions, why would you just watch a video or a medical podcast or something where they talk about this, right? Or you go and see your fucking doctor. I get that's difficult and expensive in America. But yeah, it's just like Stylo put it perfectly earlier in chat. Who is this for? Who is this aimed at? Yeah, you know, A-logs are going to watch it and think it's cringe and pathetic and laugh at it, you know, and so probably commentary people and stuff as well. People that are like lefty, like, it's not really for them, is it? Like, what are they going to get out of watching iDubbbz talking about, or Anisa talking about iDubbbz shitting and puking everywhere? Because he told her to aim at haters to farm. Maybe. Oh my god, you guys are absolutely killing it already. 3 level 12s already. Thank you very much for doing that. Appreciate it. And well, iDubbbz is happy with this. He's happy to sit there and be, you know, the focus of this vomit shit conversation. I don't know. That just sounds like cope. It feels like their podcast is for them to talk about themselves. Of course. Yeah, absolutely. And I said earlier, if that's the content they want to do, I'm not saying they can't do it. It's up to them to do whatever they want with their content. I'm just highlighting that this seems like a bad idea. And there's other things that you could surely talk about that don't involve your private medical affairs. But yeah.
experience when I made the bean confit, and we thought it was the beans.
Right.
But I bought sourdough bread that
Yeah.
day, which was very rare for me to do. We usually don't have like bread in the house.
Yeah.
And you ate 2 massive slices of that bread, and then you ate my 2 slices of bread because I did.
Yeah. Talking about bread. I mean, it's for them to talk about what they want, guys. And they've chosen to talk about bread, shitting, and puking. I mean, okay. Podcasts, I guess, are just hard to get right generally, but this feels like pretty bad in the other direction.
Didn't eat
Yeah.
a lot of it. And you described
That
feeling this
set
pressure
me off.
in
Yeah.
your stomach, and then it was just like clockwork.
Mm-hmm.
And you very rarely eat that amount of gluten.
Yeah.
And the other crazy thing that we realized is you're burping
Chud, this stream is for you to talk about yourself. Please list your insecurities so people will insult you with them. Then you can blame everyone else. Yeah, exactly. Hey, a pile of poop with a face. Thank you for the £1 English pound. Appreciate it. Thank you.
that you used to do in YouTube videos, the really loud burps. That was also probably your stomach really struggling with all the gluten that it was eating on the daily
Yes,
basis.
it's crazy as well to know like what like is produced from it, because like I think a lot of the breads and things that I was eating produces a lot of like gas in my stomach, and I burp a lot.
Yeah.
It's interesting that specifically like the dairy end of things, if I have gluten in my system, will make me shit my brains out.
Yeah.
But the alcohol,
Yeah. Cyclical puking.
it's the puking. So like depending on like the concoction
Oh
of
my
things,
God,
like the
man,
reaction
why?
can be different, and it can seem like something different entirely.
I wonder if it's because whatever's like getting inflamed or wherever that process
Yeah, why would you ever... I don't know, man. This is classic, just revealing too much about yourself on the internet for no reason. Oh, dude. Does he not see how humiliating this is for him? There is no upside to sharing stuff about this unless it's very, very funny, okay? I feel awkward burping on the mic. I don't like it. I think it's gross. So I always apologize when I do, because it feels like, it's not really for... think about it. If you went and did some sort of speech or something, and there was 1,000 people in the room, and you were at a lectern, and you were speaking, and you burped, that would be weird, wouldn't it? People would be like, "What?" That's a bit of a weird thing to do. Better, I mean, that's the kind of thing. Better out than in. I mean, that's what your fucking uncle says, isn't it? You know, your wretched uncle who's also racist, which is the base part of him, to be honest. But no, I don't know. Like, just, you know, have some decorum. Have some fucking decorum when you're doing stuff on a what is your professional basis, you know?
Has to happen of you like starting to digest it. It can't.
Yeah.
So depending on where it's sitting in your digestive
Right.
tract, it's like maybe
It's
alcohol.
able to do one of the.
And look, if you want to talk about it, you can talk about it in a less, like, you know, you just say, oh yeah, well I had a problem, didn't I, while I was eating, and I had some issues. You keep it vague, and then I got diagnosed with celiac disease, and actually it helped me out understand a lot of stuff, whatever. Yeah, that's fine, right? I mean, it's still a bit weird that you talk about it because it's kind of boring and unnecessary. But yeah, I mean, at least it's not revealing all the ins and outs of your shitting habits. Yeah, exactly. Just say it upsets my stomach. Yes, exactly. That's how people do it in a more, you know,
Okay, that's wonderful.
less obvious
but
way.
How do I make money off depressed people?
This nigger talking like eating pizza and having a beer. He gonna produce World War III in the toilet. Such genetics must be smuggled at birth.
Thank you for the 333. And that was a soft A, by the way, from someone that claims to be black. So that was allowed. Thank you for the 333.
Job phase 1.
Yeah, phase
but
one, but it can't do.
Yeah.
So then it has to come back up through your mouth because it's like I can't even get down there.
Right.
Whereas like maybe dairy gets a little bit further down.
Yeah.
But like it's crazy because we've cut the gluten out completely. We're trying to be as like clean with it as possible, and everything has changed. Like everything has changed. Even like there were times when like Ian would like be in the bathroom like 3 or 4 times a day. And I'd be like, that's not normal. But you were like, this has been my whole life. And now that we've cut out gluten,
It's really, hard to know how much, like,
Why does Anisa speak so much about Ian shitting? Dude, it's endless. She loves it. Scat Queen. No, come on, that's too much. I don't think that's ridiculous. But anyway, no, it's just an obvious, absurd, disgusting topic of conversation that's so unnecessary. Why doesn't he flip it round and talk about her shitting, for fuck's sake? Come on, Ian. At least if you're going to get humiliated, throw some of that humiliation back a little bit.
like when you should be going to the bathroom sometimes.
that's
Like, you know what I mean? I mean, you don't know what I mean.
no, I don't know.
Yeah, now it's like, I don't know, there's just like new feeling that I only rarely, because there would be times where I think I'd luck out and I basically have a gluten-free diet for a
that's
week
wonderful.
or a couple
But how do
weeks.
I make
Hey!
money off depressed people?
MT Moon with the
Philippe
5 gifted
became a member.
memberships. Thank you for that. That's very generous. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Because I was vacationing somewhere and
Yeah.
there happened to be no gluten that I ate. Like,
Yeah.
I could roll the dice on that and there could be some really great weeks.
Yeah.
But it was very rare. And I think one of the indications was basically like, oh, like I'm holding my shit in for, I mean, even 24 hours.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, that's a possibility. I could hold shit in for 24 hours. Let me say, the shits after holding it in for that long are so epic.
Yeah, that's because
What? Poopy eye shits. Hey!
Thanks for all the laughs.
My pleasure. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. He is poop maxing. What? Yeah. Listen, chat seems to be on board with the kind of my thought process on this. Maybe there's some people that disagree. Maybe I'm just a prude, okay? But I think the bodily function stuff, unless it's funny, unless there's a funny story there, yeah, probably best just leave that off of your content, personally. Okay?
you were going so often that I can't even imagine. Like, I mean, I think honestly the reason why you were having good weeks because your burping stopped around when I started cooking more regularly.
Yeah.
And I looked at all the recipes that I have because we would do this thing where I would cook and we would see how Ian's stomach reacted to it because we didn't know what was setting it off. We thought it was IBS. And if a meal went well, I would continue to cook it. If it didn't, I would like axe it. And I looked at my list of meals that I have that I cook regularly, and all of them are gluten-free. So we were accidentally cutting out gluten just from process of elimination before we even figured it out.
It's awesome.
That's so interesting.
Yeah. So, I mean, everything's great. It's a little bit difficult to adjust to it. I have to be one of those fucking people who says to the waiter, like, is there a gluten-free option?
Yeah.
It hurts my tummy. I don't like gluten.
Sometimes we're afraid to ask, and we just kind of like try to.
It's an allergy, like it's an allergy, or whatever it is. It's an intolerance or allergy or whatever. I mean, the thing is, I guess, yeah, it's probably a bit annoying for people, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles, isn't it? You know, or just cook at home. There, I don't know, bro. I mean, there's some restaurants that are very more tolerant to that sort of thing, right? While we stuck on tile tent, we want tips. There is no tip tent. There is no tip tent, I'm afraid.
To assume, and that's already bitten us in the ass.
Yeah.
We were at a diner and we assumed that the
because I want to see how much I can test it. I think basically like once I got it figured out, once I got the routine figured out, the only thing that's going to be like a variable is like traveling.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Listen, I'll take a small L for that. Yeah, they do cook at home. They did say that. They've been talking about it. I wasn't listening properly. Okay. I mean, yeah, I can understand it's a bit annoying, but I mean, you just got to try and pick restaurants that are more amenable to it. And some restaurants are going to be better than others. Like, for example, probably best to not go to a pizza restaurant because it's going to be difficult to make sure it's completely gluten-free. But there's going to be places you can go to where they're more, willing to accommodate that, right? Vegan restaurants and stuff tend to be quite good for that, as much as people hate vegans. But yeah, obviously, they will often do their best to do gluten-free shit too. Just think, are there other allergy pills? Chud, you weren't listening to the fucking 15-minute of ship maxing poop cell content. Is that what this is? Oh my god, come on.
With being a little bit more, can you remove the gluten, please? Once I'm traveling.
Okay, that's cool. But yeah, it's big. I don't know. It's like the month of discovery for you. ADHD.
Oh, it's awesome.
Celiac.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm coming.
Yep.
I'm coming.
Look out.
Look out.
Do not
Okay,
come.
that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Who is more of a corner chair enthusiast? Sneeko or iDubbbz?
Thank you for the £5. Well, apparently, iDubbbz has been filming stuff, and he's a hand model. But apparently that's been contested. There's a clip of that we'll check. Oh my god, J Meta with a $50 super sticker. Thank you. Fan character wearing sunglasses with fireworks appearing on the lenses. What a fantastic super sticker. Thank you for the $50. That is very generous. Thank you.
Rhyming. Anisa's streaming again.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
sorry.
true.
What's up?
Here we go. Now we're getting into. So now we finished the poop maxing. We're going to get into Anisa talking about her streaming. So we got some more here. Don't worry.
Anisa's streaming again, and I don't know. Like it seems like you got a little bit. What was the impetus for that?
Well, I've streamed like 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
Which was like a shocker. I told myself I was going to
Okay,
stream
that's wonderful.
when I
But how
walk.
do I make money off depressed people?
AAA games on day one have more content than anything Anisa says. I guess she's the first AAA woman.
Very true. Thank you very much for the £5, Dolly. Appreciate it. It's so crazy to me. I was actually thinking about this earlier, right? I was what was I doing? I was walking around, and I was just thinking about making content and stuff like that. And all these people that complain and moan and stuff, right? If you've got like reasonable viewership and you have reasonable support, you could probably stream 4 hours a day, 5 days a week, and make like, a few grand, probably 3-4 grand, something like that. Obviously, if you've got no following, it's going to be difficult to do that. But if you've got like a reasonable following, you could probably make pretty decent income just streaming, 4 hours a day, 5 days a week. But like these people, like they act like streaming is some sort of big task. Like, it's the Hassan thing again, isn't it? You know, like it just amazes me that people can't even bring themselves to stream for 3 days without making a comment about the fact they stream for 3 days. You know, like, just do it. Like, what's the problem? Just have a laugh. I don't know. I mean, obviously, the viewership, if she's getting like 160 viewers, it's obviously going to be less than that. But you know, it's probably still like what, couple of grand, maybe grand and a half, 2 grand, if you consistently streamed at that level all month. Especially if you get like a lot of simps and support and shit like that, you know. But yeah, it's, you know, social battery shit again, isn't it? You know,
It's been a lot. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's therapy.
Wait, hang on. What was that?
Seems like you're
Well, I've streamed like 3 days in a row,
Yeah.
which was like a shocker. I told myself I was going to stream when I want, which has been a lot.
Okay, I got it wrong.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm
I think
overreacting.
it's therapy, which is kind of surprising because I had this big breakthrough where I was talking.
Actually, wait, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Star's not streaming a lot. Streaming 3 days. How many hours at a time? That's not a lot of streaming. That's like nothing. Huh? Is it just Anisa Joma? Is that it? Anisa Joma. Here we go. Dude. Damn. Really breaking the back of it here. 2.9 hour stream. 4.3 hour stream. 4.8 hour stream. 4 hours. Wow. That is a lot, guy. That is a lot of streaming. Got to be careful. Got to be aware there. Don't want to get an injury. Relax. Calm down on the streaming, Anisa. Can't relax. Stop. You're streaming too much of anything. That's crazy. 15 hours in a week apparently is a lot. Well, I suppose maybe she might stream a bit more. So maybe you might see what, 20 hours? Maybe 20 hours, maybe 20 hours worth of streaming in a week. Oh, dude. You can only talk about yourself so much before it gets exhausting. It's all cope, okay? Look, don't get me wrong. There are obvious challenges that come with doing this as a thing, as a living, something like that. I mean, these are fucking hobby statistics, to be honest. Nonetheless, though, of course, but this narrative that streaming is some sort of hard labor or something is insane. Like, it's not any, you know, the Assam presentation of it, the social battery shit is cringe. Maybe I'm just not into streaming shit as much, but I feel like a 4-hour stream is quite long. I mean, I just look at it as, what is a shift that one would normally work in a regular job? Well, it's 8 or maybe 9 hours. I mean, some people work 12-hour days. It just seems insane to me that you would do half of what is considered a normal shift and you would act like that is significant. Like, that's part-time. That's hobbyist hours, you know? Yeah, exactly. Like, some people work 10-hour days, 11-hour days. It just feels very obnoxious to act like this is a lot when there's people out there who are actually doing a job, like a normal job, and the work is going to be a lot more intensive and harder generally. It's not going to be as straightforward, you know. Fuck this talk about Raid. We'll get to Raid, okay? We'll get to Raid. But also for streaming on camera being scrutinized. Like, yeah, sure, look. There's no denying it. It does get a bit unnerving and weird. Like, someone's always, you're just looking at me. But, like, that's one of the issues. But then all the positives that come off of it massively outweigh that, right? And anyone that is streaming would not, and are able to make an income off of it, it's quite rare that you go the other direction unless your channel is failing or you've got issues, right? Because why would you go from streaming, which is a cushy thing to do for money, and then go and work in an office or something? It would fucking suck, you know? Like, obviously, there are times where you kind of think, oh, you think about the positives of what it was like at work, but you never go back because it's like, well, it would suck compared to this, so why would I, Chud has giga raids. Do you mean AIDS? I normally spend an hour to 2 hours. The longer the better, really. But yeah, an hour to 2 hours. But again, I'll just sit here and put a video on, music on, just have a look at what's going on, pull stuff together. It's hardly backbreaking labor, is it, Like, I'm not saying there's no issue. Obviously, I'm sure you can figure out it's not all plain sailing and there's issues and challenges you have to deal with, right? But it's just, I mean, look, it's not that egregious. He's not saying it in a crazy way like other people do. But the implication I'm getting is just very social battery-esque, and I don't like it personally.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Okay.
But how do I make money off depressed people?
Here, for the depressing divorce move out of a Partamon fund.
Thank you for the 100 sec. Appreciate it. Very depressive. Thank you. Thank you for that. And thank you for hitting level 12, Steph. Appreciate it. Thank you. God, you guys are absolutely legends. Thank you so much. Also, I do need to dispel the misinformation. I've never been married, okay? So I'm not a divorced dad, as some people have been trying to claim, okay? Never married. Never made that mistake, okay?
My therapist about, like, my mom, right? She had 5 kids and she like gave up her. She like went to university. She like had a job. She was
Dads
doing
for
all these things.
justice.
Very smart woman. She got her master's and then she had 5 kids. And then she just was stay-at-home mom and that was it. And very isolating. And we were talking about us and our relationship. And when I was streaming, there was a lot of hate that was kind of swarming my streams, right? Things were getting clipped. It was very...
You think never married father is more respectable than divorced father? I mean, people have got a lot of comments and perspectives on it, I mean, for me, personally, obviously I'm biased with my situation, but I think, being happy and seeing your kids is always the best thing that you can do. And unfortunately, relationships don't always work out. So I think being happy and seeing your kids is the optimum, I mean, probably being married and having kids and stuff is probably the top level, the top level, obviously, right? But beyond that, yeah, I think that's probably the best way to do it, isn't it? But yeah,
very stressful for us.
Anyway,
so we made the decision for me to quit streaming, and at the time, I thought that would solve the problem.
Chud went to get
and
milk.
so I spent
yeah. By the way, please do not tell the UK government about my stream because they're still trying to track me down. They've not found me yet, so just keep it on the down low, all right?
In like 4 or 5 years.
They think I'm still out at the shop getting milk.
Off of streaming, and I was talking in therapy about like being, that's isolating, right? I've given up the thing that I like loved and cared about and had a community and I isolated myself, and in the end, it didn't actually make a difference.
Yeah.
Like everything was still really hard. And I kind of left that session feeling like shit because I didn't really come to much of a resolution. It was just like, oh no, like I'm repeating these like
okay, that's wonderful.
Patterns.
But how do I make money off depressed people?
Okay. Fuck, I'm sorry, I need to go back. I got distracted. Simpleton, thank you for the $2. Any strats on how I can FTP Raid Shadow Legends? We'll get to the raid stuff soon. It's all free to play. What do you mean?
4 years or something.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
My mom, right? She had 5 kids and she like gave up her. She like went to university. She like had a job. She was doing all these things. Very smart woman. She got her master's and then she had 5 kids. And then she just, was stay-at-home mom and that was it. And very isolating. And we were talking about us and our relationship. And when I was streaming, there was a lot of hate that was kind of swarming my streams, right? Things were getting clipped. It was very stressful for us. So we made the decision for me to quit streaming. And at the time,
Right, okay. So she was getting swarmed with hate and she quit streaming. Had she considered not being so obnoxious and overbearing? And maybe that might have made a difference. There's other words I want to say, but I do need to be careful, okay? See you next Tuesday. See you next Tuesday. See you next Tuesday. Dude, what is this? You were getting hate because, I mean, look, obviously the A-logs and stuff and all the trolls, yeah, that happens, I get it. But there's another element here where you were just really annoying and obnoxious, so people didn't like you. Yes, exactly. So hate used to be really hard on her. Anyway, she decided to bait it this week and play us, yeah. I'm doing the thing which makes me uncomfortable and I don't like to bait and troll you all, actually.
I thought that would solve the problem. And so I spent, it's been like 4 or 5 years, 4 years or something, off of streaming. And I was talking in therapy about like being, that's isolating, right? I've given up the thing that I like loved and cared about and had a community, and I isolated myself. And in the end, it didn't actually make a difference.
Yeah.
Like everything was still really hard. And
people still hated me, even though I wasn't showing my face as much in public. Come on. I'm being bad faith. I'm being bad faith, okay? I admit it. It's funny. I'm being bad faith. No. Yeah, I mean, making content isn't for everyone. This is the annoying thing that you get, is people want the smooth but not the rough. Making content and putting yourself out there is hopefully going to elicit enough positive support and attention that people will decide to support you because they like you and they want to see more of you. And that's the risk that you run when you put yourself out there, is you roll the dice, you hope the dice come up in your favor. But some people will roll snake eyes once and it's like a shitty stream or whatever, and but some people like Anisa obviously are going to keep rolling snake eyes and not get that sort of return and not get the attention that they want and end up getting a lot of hate. And if it's too much and it's overwhelming, then you've got to stop rolling the dice, haven't you, and to go and do something else. I find it so obnoxious when people complain about getting the hate to the point it makes them quit. And it's like, yeah, of course, if you can't hack it because you get too much hate or your personality isn't suited to it, then you're going to have to do something else, Like, some of the hate, from your perspective, may be excessive and harsh, sure, but a lot of it is just because you're obnoxious and annoying, right? Chud, shame on you. Yeah, exactly. She was having to go at others for not having had a proper job before, and now here she is crying about not being able to make it as a streamer and how it negatively impacted her mental health, while simultaneously throughout the week putting out bait for fucking people to go to war with her and shit on her and argue with her and stuff, So obnoxious, dude.
I kind of left that session feeling like shit, because I didn't really come to much of a resolution. It was just like, oh no, like I'm repeating these like patterns, right? Which is always like a bad feeling. But we went to Canada and it was like, I guess it was like...
Is this another Chud hates on a whore? Listen, I don't hate Anisa for being a whore. Genuinely, I don't. Genuinely, I don't, okay? I don't even hate this person. I don't know them personally. I just am pointing out the obvious issues with what they're saying, what they're doing, and shit like that, It's just, you should. Yeah, but I don't care. Do what you want. It's not bothersome to me. The bothersome part is her personality and the way that she acts and the dishonesty of presenting it as if she's getting this unnecessary and unfair hate, where she's like baiting stuff, putting it out there, being obnoxious constantly. Yeah, like she is the architect of her own pain, but she wants to act like it's everyone else.
Cooking in the background of my head or something, because I wasn't actively thinking about it.
Right.
But
I'm listening.
I came back and I was like, I miss streaming. I miss doing that. I miss like having a community. I'm mad at myself that I took that away from myself, thinking that it would solve a problem.
Dude, if Anisa wanted like a little community and being a streamer, right? She could have cut all of the shit talking, all the shit she's talked about and freaking out at people and acting hysterically on that one stream. And she could have just done a quiet little gaming stream for a community and focused on that, and no one would have fucking bothered, right? Because here's how it works. If you tune into someone that you want to fucking A-log and shit on and whatever, right? And it turns out that they're just playing a video game and not really doing anything, what can you do? Like, there's nothing you can really say about that, is there, you know? Like, oh, they're playing a game. You have to be really seething with anger and hatred in order to shit on someone that's just playing a game, right? Like, you just be like, yeah, well, they're playing a game. There's not much to say. But it's the fact that they said all this shit and they stoked all this drama, right? That's why they're getting this attention now. But they can't do that. Do you know why? It's because these people are addicted to it. They love it. They love the attention secretly, right? They act like they don't, but they do. They want the attention and they want the fucking to be the heel. And then they cry out when they get the attention that they so desired. Fucking infuriating.
And I just kind of like, I don't know, we're in a much better place now. Like, we're both like very supportive of each other. Like, I'm less anxious about doing it, period.
Mm-hmm.
And I told myself, okay, well, if this is what I want, like, this.
Yes, I've got the Lex Friedman, Kevin Spacey. Listen, another ADHD addled person in Kick Chat. We will watch that at some point today. Don't worry, it's on the list. But this is what we're doing at the moment. And then we got another Anisa stream to look at. So if you're not into this content, I'd recommend coming back in a couple of hours.
This is what I'm going to do. And I just have really wanted to start streaming full time. And it's already been, I think it's already going really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just even thinking about like, hey, it's nothing else going on today. I'd love to stream is like a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, because if you weren't, you know, feeling that way, like, it would feel bad, you know? You would be like, oh, anything but.
Yeah.
You know, could I go for a walk? Can I go shopping? Can I, you know?
I just, like, missed having my own thing that, you know, I had that before even we met. You know.
Wait, did you say full time?
I had, this is what I want. Like, this is what I'm going to do. And I just have really wanted to start streaming full time. And it's already been... I think it's already going really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just even thinking about like, hey, it's nothing else going on today.
What does full time mean to these people? I don't understand. What does full time mean to all these content creators? I'm so perplexed by this idea of full time. Full time is 35 to 40 hours a week doing something on a particular task, right? That could be like preparation time before the stream as well, if you really want to include that, which is fine. But what preparation is going into it that results in the output that we're seeing from Anisa's stream? Her talking about herself embarrassingly and iDubbbz embarrassingly for a few hours and then playing some video games. Oh, dude. Well, the thing is as well, is full-time as a self-employed person is different to full-time at a job too. Like, obviously, you need to do more if you want your stream to pop off and be successful, right? You can't just show it for the minimum and expect to go somewhere with it. And also, if that's what Anisa wants, that's fine. Be a hobbyist or whatever. But you're describing it as full-time. It's not full-time. Nowhere close.
I'd love to stream is like a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, because if you weren't, you know, feeling that way, like, it would feel bad, you know? You would be like, oh, anything but.
Yeah.
You know, could I go for a walk? Can I go shopping? Can I, you know?
I just...
Full time for them means farming their audience for sympathy donos for a couple of hours and calling it a day.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I
True, I
make
think that's what it
money
is.
off depressed people?
If you ever meet a harlot like this, we will come together to save you, Chud.
Thank you, Staring at Nothing, for the $5. I appreciate that.
like missed having my own thing that, you know, I had that before even we met. You know, I had it very successfully.
I think we can. I think
another way to look at it as well is this, right? If it's thinking about it, most of these people work from home. How long do you commute for individually? What is your commute time in chat, guys? For some of you in America, it's probably like 2-hour drive or something insane. Some of you guys have got crazy commutes over there. But yeah, my commute used to be 30 minutes each way or something like that. 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour and a half. Like, you know, you can be smart with it and you can think, right, okay, I don't have to commute. I can just walk to my desk and I'm there. And so I can invest the time that I would in a commute doing something for the. Do you know what I mean? It's like, to me, when I used to work a regular job, you had to allot like what 10 hours of your day normally to that task. You know, getting to work, getting there a bit early, getting prepared. You know, whatever. Right? And it's like, I'm not saying that everyone would have to do that, but you can't just do a few hours. It's got to be a big chunk of your day. That's, you know, a big chunk of your day being dedicated to some form of labor, work, whatever you want to call it, streaming, making content, art, anything. Is important for it to make it work. You can't just do a couple of hours a day and think it's full time. It's mental to me. If you're commuting more than an hour and not making bank, you're an idiot. Well, yeah, I guess so.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money
But yeah,
off depressed people?
Unfortunately, became a member. Unfortunately, celebrates 3 months of membership. Your hair looks great today,
I
Chud.
don't know if you're serious or not. Thank you very much. I'm getting a cut next week anyway, and the beard. I'm a bit of a, you know. Anyway, basic point. This is all complete lazy cope as far as I can tell.
Your stream can be fucking awesome.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, you have the personality for it. Like, you know, very charismatic,
That's so nice.
very loud,
I am very loud. Yeah.
very
Come on, iDubbbz. This is too much, man. Listen, you shit maxing for poop cells, I can somewhat understand, I guess. No, I can't really understand that, to be honest. This is just bullshit. You're just coping big time here. Come on. You're gassing her up. This is total cope, dude.
actor. I mean, you have the personality for it. Like, you know, very charismatic,
That's so nice.
very loud,
I am very loud. Yeah.
very active.
Well, I've already pissed off people.
Well, and even in this fucking podcast, right? Maybe this podcast will see growth because you're gonna fucking sploot all over the live stream.
I already had.
And
People are already.
That's great.
I've had 3 streams
that's
and I've already
wonderful.
pissed
But
off.
how do I make
Nice.
money off depressed people?
When will you become a full-time Raid Shadow Legends streamer?
Soon, hopefully. I've only got to stream 2 hours of gameplay over 14 days, but I'm going to play a bit more because it's fun. I like playing Raid. It's a good game. It's fun. It is fun. I played it off stream before when I've done a sponsorship for them. I'm not lying. Anyway, Psychokage, thank you for the $20. Very generous. Appreciate you. I'll link the link in chat. Dude, oh my God. It's such cope, bro. She's saying that she couldn't hack streaming before because she got a lot of negative attention. And now she's eliciting negative attention, and apparently that's a good thing. Why would you want to elicit negative attention if you can't hack it and it made you quit It made her, according to her own words, it made her quit streaming before. And you're off on completely the wrong foot. Now, and also here's the other thing too. Did you guys know? Maybe the hardcore A-logs might have known. I've linked it in chat. Oh, Jealous Stars, you legend. Thank you. Appreciate that. There's the link. Did you know that apparently Anisa has been streaming a few days more than we perhaps recognized? Look. So in the last 30 days, Monday,
Okay,
May
wonderful.
27th.
But how do I make money off depressed people?
Thanks for the super chat. Anisa was a boxing promoter promoting a promoting a shit box. Shit cell queen. Oh my God, what are you doing, chat? Anyway, so I can't recall exactly the dates of these comments that led to this drama, but I'm assuming that there was probably maybe a couple of streams where Anisa didn't have this attention because she wasn't talking about anything that interesting, you know? But when she started to make comments about other creators and talk her shit, that's when it drew more attention and people started to watch more, right? So anyway, the point I'm making is it just demonstrates to me that she could have just done a quiet little gaming streams, and besides the most committed of A-logs, no one would have fucking noticed, no one would have cared, no one would have paid attention. But now she sat off on this footing of drama, essentially, and now it's probably going to swirl around her as the streaming continues. I mean, she keeps responding and reacting to stuff, which creates a feedback loop where, you know, people want to respond and people want to reply and so on, you know? So yeah, very cringe. Yep, desperate for attention. Yep. And I don't know if she's even
Okay,
got
that's wonderful. But
OnlyFans
how
to
do I
funnel them
make
into anymore.
money off depressed people?
Hey, thank you very much for the $2. Anisa looking like Elliot Page. Wow, look at that. Correct gender Mourinho. No dead name Mourinho. Thank you very much for the $2. And yeah, you're right.
I don't know. I really went off 2 streams ago.
Yeah.
Anisa looks like if Ellen Page, right, wanted to transition but couldn't afford to because they're not a Hollywood actor. So they had to boy mode for a little while, but you can still see all of the female appendages. That's what it is, okay? This is like someone who's got no money transitioning levels of transition.
But I don't know. I think it's good. I think the going off is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. Who are you going to piss off other than like a bunch of incels? Like,
Yeah.
and people who are just already mad at you.
I know. Yeah.
iDubbbz bros. That's what I was referencing earlier. iDubbbz bros. It's never been more over. He's talking about people as incels. No! The heckin' incels. Oh, you guys are all heckin' incels that are being pissed off. Come on. This is like the bottom of the barrel, pathetic. This is like Casey-tron levels of pathetic slit-shinging. Fuck! I fucked it up. No! Don't clip that. No! I misspoke. I misspoke. But yeah, this is the bottom of the barrel leftoid shit, you know? He's right. Silly goober, you here just to annoy me today. Is that what it is? He's right. No, he's not right though, is he? Incels has lost an absolute fuck ton of meaning. Because people just use it for anyone, right? Incel is a very specific thing. It is someone who, from reasons outside of their control, at least feel like they can't have sex. And so they feel that they're, you know, stuck in a sexless existence for who knows how long. But it gets used just to describe anyone I don't like as an incel, anyone that's criticizing me as an incel, or something like that, you know? Anyway, let's just go back to hear it. That knife. I'm going to use what that woman say. Sorry, trans woman. What did that trans woman say? Knife in the heart.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. Who are you going to piss off other than like a bunch of incels? Like,
Yeah.
and people who are just already mad at you.
I know. Yeah. That's kind of. I was like,
It's like,
sorry, whatever.
What are there new people lining up? You know, it's like,
Okay. This is it's amazing
that's
to me
wonderful.
that iDubbbz
But how do
apparently
I make
doesn't understand
money
this.
off depressed people?
Chat and Chud, let's all be honest. If Chud had a harlot like this, he would be farming and milking them non-stop. Chud would hire the 16-year-old who trolled Anisa to come back with a vengeance for more content.
That sounds a bit weird, but thank you very much for the 333 in Austrian Painter. It's not that there's going to be new people that you're pissing off necessarily. It could just be that the people that don't like you already are going to make it their life mission to document and talk about you more and more and more, which apparently Anisa led Anisa to quitting the first time round. So feeding the trolls and you know, kicking off and acting hysterical on your stream, which apparently iDubbbz thinks is based, is going to lead to a positive feedback loop of negativity where they're going to pay you more attention, so you're going to respond, and normally this stuff escalates, right? And it just gets worse and worse. The best thing that you can do is to just ignore all of it and just proceed down whatever your plan is of whatever content you want to do. If it's gaming streams, do gaming streams. It's fine to talk about shit, but responding and engaging with people like 160 follower Twitter accounts is a terrible idea if it causes you that much mental anguish, because people are just going to do it more and more, knowing that it fucking elicits a reaction. So, you know, it just feels like cope. I'm amazed that iDubbbz is saying this. Sounds like cope to me, and acting like it's no big deal to do stuff that provokes people to pay more attention and talk about you more. The best thing is always just to ignore it, disregard it, and move forward. But Anisa's not doing that. They're talking about it on the podcast. Apparently, she talks about it on a stream, which we're going to watch as well. Yeah. Chud, would you buy a knife from Jumbo? What are you on about, Nicholas? I don't know. Bro, what's that?
Pokimane waiting in the wings, like watching your stream. All right.
Better not say anything mean
Yeah.
about me.
Is Jordan Peterson waiting in the wings?
That would be scary.
Better not say anything mean about me.
Would you still stream if you knew that Jordan Peterson was your number one lurk
Yeah.
hate watcher?
Yeah.
You would? I'd be a little scared.
I mean, if it just means he's lurking, if he's just a lurker.
Well, what if he's cooking something
Okay, that's
diabolical?
Oh.
Thanks for
You
the
know,
super
like,
chat.
Muslims or like
Off the
deer
Right.
shit.
Who will trans first, Ian or Anisa?
Well, Ian does still look like a fella. He's got the moustache and stuff. I mean, Anisa is the obvious next trans situation, right? Although it will probably be, my prediction would be, if it was to be a trans, they, them, a them be. A they, them person. A non-binary they, them. They, she. No, non-binary they, she. Or something like that.
Oh, it's
But it
going to
was
be
like,
Dear Dane.
Dear Dane.
Dear Uncle Dane.
Dear Uncle Dane. And it's him sitting in a chair and you know that it's going
And
to
he
be
just
like,
cries for 10 minutes. And,
You're
and then
you're
and then
forgotten.
at the end of the 10 minutes, he says, "That was the wrong sentry gun to use. You needed to use the shortstop."
It's so scary.
That'd be
It's
awesome.
scary. It's scary to think because I have maybe 106 people watching.
Mhm.
Give it a rest, sweetheart. Give it a fucking rest, will you? 106, yeah, at the top, at the tippy top of your fucking stream, you might have that many watching. That is a personal peeve of mine when people focus on the top viewership, because it's never that on average, though, is it? It's the average that's important. Coping of 106, yeah, that's your peak viewership, bitch. Stop lying. Anyway,
And
sorry.
it's scary to think that at least 50 of those are hate watchers for sure.
You think 50?
That's such a massive assumption.
I think so, because I think that
Well,
they're sitting there.
I think she is probably right about that, yeah. Wait, where's those figures gone? Let's bring that up again. Because if you look at the figures before she started, seemingly, I'm guessing, I don't know 100%, but before she started talking about drama, it does seem like she had, well, first stream back. It's tough, see, because first stream back after a while is probably going to have a bit of a peak. So 112 viewers at peak, 82 average. And then the next stream dropped off. So 50 average viewers, 73 peak viewers. I'm guessing it's probably, what was it, May 30th or 1st? Like these increases in viewership are probably because of the drama, right? But yeah, I'd say half. I think half of a viewership is probably hate watchers, right? Yeah, I think some of these figures here are when the drama was kind of, obviously, you're in a drama, people watch your stream more because they want to see if you say something to prod more drama, right? More than half, maybe. Well, this is kind of a baseline, I guess. I think there's not much data to go on, right? Because obviously she's only just started again. But this May 28th is probably a good baseline, right? 50 average viewers, 75 roughly peak viewers, okay? That probably is what she'd get if she was just doing a normal streams. And then you can see, it kind of goes up, 66, 88, it goes up to roughly half of that on top of peak, I guess. I don't know, it's hard to say, but I reckon 50% is probably hate watchers. That's probably true.
There and they're like, all right, where's the juice?
Where's the juice?
They're trying to outclip each
She
other.
can't help it.
Well,
Say something, fuck.
I really can't help it. But it's cool.
I love the fact that they're acting with mockery of this when it's yeah, that's exactly what's happened. People have watched, people have clipped, and it's caused drama for you, which apparently you're okay with, but it led to Anisa quitting streaming before. And she had to the point. This obnoxious faux bravado is so insufferable. She had to quit streaming because of the hate watchers and because of the hate she was getting. And she had to talk to her therapist about it, dude. But apparently now it's all bravado and all this shit. Come on, man. Give me a break.
Because I kind of want, when I was successful in streaming, it was because I was pissing people off enough that my clips were circulating.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the meta.
Yeah.
Like when you see a Pokimane clip,
It's never because she's doing some sweet
no,
shit.
it's not. And it doesn't mean that she's a bad person.
Yeah.
It's just like when something gets clipped and shared on the
That's what they want out of
reality.
Wait a second. This is a real mess. So you're saying that you got so much hate that you had to quit streaming, but now you're saying almost like it's a planned thing that you're doing this hateful content to get hate on
Okay,
you.
that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
This just seems like a big old barrel of coke.
Member. OPTIMAL celebrates 4 months of membership.
Thank you for the memberships. Appreciate it. Also, Pokimane. Listen, I'm not a Pokimane fan, obviously, but Pokimane streams to a massive audience, you know? And most of her streams, she streams to thousands of people, often without much drama, you know, because, yeah, she only gets in drama sometimes and gets shared about, but she's already got a massive base of people that simp for her and like her anyway. So, feels like a bit of a stupid comparison to make.
That's what they want. They want to be mad.
True.
So, like, I mean,
That's a good point.
Yeah, she's got fans,
that's what
exactly.
You, like, get. I mean, that's how you found me. You were watching like a hate compilation video.
Yeah.
So it's your guys' fault.
True.
The hate.
Oh my god, dude. So you're telling me that You're telling me that iDubbbz saw a hate compilation of her worst moments and iDubbbz was like, I want a bit of that. Yes, please. How do I DM this person? No. How far he's fallen.
People.
Don't make hate compilations.
No, because it's your fault that we got
It's
married.
a matchmaking service.
Because you followed me. He was like, "Oh, titty streamer in the hate compilation." He like clicked on it. And he was like,
Don't mind if I do.
He was like, "She's kind of hot, kind of funny, kind of hot," and followed me on Twitter. So your fault.
Yeah.
You fumbled.
All right. From what were we talking about? Streaming?
From streaming to
From streaming to creaming.
To creaming. Today we're gonna go over the top 5 creams you should introduce to your diet.
I think that's it, I guess.
Number 5.
Dairy cream. I don't know. We've missed ombudsing a few times, and it's some people's favorite segment because it's interactive.
I think that's it, I guess.
I don't think this was the best one to ombudz, but I'll do it anyway for sake of consistency. The last episode...
Yes, I'm on the podcast to get all the juicy details and leak it all. Okay, I'm a deep cover operative. Name a worse couple, Ian and Anisa or Dead on Dave and his fiancée. Nicholas, you're doing the... Tim's and his wife, okay, that one I know. You're doing the classic thing where you're bringing in some random commentary drama that I don't fucking know about, okay? I don't know anything about that, okay? What the fuck is wrong with you? Hey, who's worse, Ian and Anisa or Glup Shitter and Scrimblo Bimblo? Am I right? Okay, anyway, we got some more Anisa content, okay? We're laughing. Yeah, no, we're not getting derailed by Nicholas Derailio. Thank you very much. Okay. We got this to attend to, okay? I don't know what this is. You know, apparently there's some content in here. We'll see. We're going through it all. We'll skip through if it gets boring. Oh no. I actually like this song. But we can't play it anyway because it's content ID.
Those types of creatures. No, Caleb, don't remove the ban on Cam Nuggets. That guy's cringe on Twitter.
We'll skip through to get to the good stuff, okay?
He's insidious like that. Caleb's like, oh, sorry. I did it yesterday. It was me. It was me, bitch. No, it's not. It's funny. I find it funny because he's very that. Those types of creatures are definitely the most interesting. They really like to like pretend like they're nice.
Right, come on.
Early, but
Let's get to the good stuff. Go back to the dog.
such as life. Merlin went for his WALK this morning, and now
Oh, walkies, walkies. Okay, dude.
talking through shit properly, especially talking through shit with someone that like isn't at all connected to any of it. I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely game.
Therapy talk. Wait, you might miss therapy talk.
Ride the high and just try to enjoy life and not take the internet too seriously.
Okay, we go. We missed something. Sorry,
Those
my bad.
types of creatures are definitely the most
Sorry,
interesting.
my bad.
They really
my bad.
like to like
Sorry.
pretend like they're nice. It's very fucking weird. He has like not very many followers, but he's trying real hard, which I appreciate. The grind is good, you know. We have to
I thought it was my dog.
start somewhere. Hello, hi, Cloud. Oh, yeah, no, that is on me. I should. It's hard to like type while streaming. It's hard to like think about my thoughts while streaming. Almost everything that comes out of my mouth is not really a thought at all. My hair can officially kind of go up into a ponytail.
Yeah, I just obviously you need to have some sort of barrier in your own head, and you need to think about things before you say it sometimes, because obviously you might say something that you later grow to regret, particularly if it's an embarrassing personal situation. Whereas it feels like these people just come on and say whatever and then get surprised when shit gets like, you know, used against them. It's the entertainer's filter. Is that what it's called? Like, you know, I could obviously come on and tell you like 5 embarrassing stories that happened to me when I was 18 or something, you know? But it would just get used against you. And people would just laugh. It's just not worth it. What value is there? Unless it's a really funny story and it's kind of self-deprecating in a charming way, it's not worth it. One example of this would be, say, sick. Thank you very much for the level 12. Appreciate it. Thank you. Would be the sick situation, which obviously I can't really say what it is because of how crazy it is, but like coming on and revealing something very embarrassing about yourself from your childhood that sounds terrible is not good. Or also you've got the liar's gambit, which, you know, obviously, let's just say that there's some people out there, tomfoolery, some of you probably don't know who he is, but people will come on stream and they'll tell embellished, or in some cases straight up lies about their life and situation. But then as time goes on, it gets revealed that they're talking a load of shit as their story changes and so on, and they get called out and scrutinized. And then you end up looking retarded because you said a bunch of shit to big yourself up, but none of it is really meaningfully true, or you've massively embellished to the point of embarrassment, you know? So tell funny, relevant stories about your past, but don't tell embarrassing shit. Don't just say whatever comes into your head. Have a bit of a barrier. Have a little bit of a thought about what you're doing and what you're saying before it leaves your lips, because on a stream, once it's left your lips, that's it. It's on the internet forever. You can't take it back.
And that's really exciting. Oh my god. Sorry. No mod sword for you. Alright, so today is, what day is it? Tuesday? Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. I'm streaming before we go over to Dane's to record more gaming content for Maximum Damage. Normally I wouldn't be streaming this early, but such is life. Merlin went for his WALK this morning.
Sorry for skipping so much.
Acting like,
it's 30 seconds at a time. I need to.
He's neglected for some reason, but he was exercised this morning, and now he is laying down to chew on his bully stick, like the good boy he is. Do we have an estimated time on the bog? I'm at work. Oh, shit. It is recorded. I think it's uploaded. I think Ian's done everything.
I'll speed this up a bit as well, because this is insufferable.
He's recording a video right now, which maybe is why it's not up yet. I think in the next, like, hour to 2 hours it will be up. It just needs to be, like, made public, I think. Or not public, but, you know, put on Patreon. I'm doing great. It's really cool. I don't know what drugs were put into our coffee over the past like couple weeks, but like me and Ian have become extremely productive. We've been recording podcasts, we've been like editing clips for people to look at. I've been streaming a lot. He's been recording videos a lot. I don't know. It feels like the world is healing or something.
Okay, so I've got enough comments here now. Yeah. So to these people, streaming 4 hours at a time is a lot. I mean, okay, I guess, if that's your work mentality, fair enough, but I just don't see it.
So it's really exciting.
Personally.
Just trying to ride the high and just try to enjoy life and not take the internet too seriously, which has been very freeing and fun. Thank you, Vampiref. Oh, I love that. I actually really like that. Ride the motivation wave. Yeah, it's crazy how, fast that can come on and how good it feels. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck happened. Probably therapy, to be honest. Probably therapy and, just...
Look, okay, I understand. I have a, I like to have a laugh at, Lyrics or Tommy. Tommy C is the absolute worst for this, right? He's goes live, hour and 20 minutes later. Okay, anyway, thanks, guys. Thanks for coming. See you later. Bye-bye. He is old, I guess. But that's a different mentality, because obviously from, my background of doing Twitch poll and stuff, it is longer streams and shit like that people tend to do. But, yeah, I know that, for some people, 4 hours might be long. Anyway, I personally got a different view on it. Maybe you see it differently. It's not that big a deal. I just think it's a bit cringe, personally, to act like, this is a full-time thing, when to me it's not.
Continuing to live life. And for him, it's definitely the Adderall. I think the Adderall has helped a lot, just in general. Just knowing that, these feelings of being overwhelmed and stuff, it doesn't have to be probably therapy real. Therapy can be game-changing. I'm shocked, to be honest. I mean, we did it, so we originally I've been in therapy before. Let me preface it with that. So I think I had, some pretty good groundwork done. But when Blitz passed, that was kind of the thing that we were like, okay, we need to go to therapy. We, called to sign up together. We were going to, go in together.
So now she's going to talk about iDubbbz being in therapy, I guess? Is that what's happening here? Am I understanding this correctly? Okay. I've got to be honest with you. I am a skeptic. Now, I do the classic man thing of just burying my feelings deep down like a little ball and seeing what happens, okay? I've never been to therapy, personally. It's not something I really want to participate in. At the end of the day, I just think therapy is for women. I know that sounds very misogynistic and very anti-mental health, whatever. I don't care. Literally couldn't give two fucks, okay? I just think that therapy is situated and governed around what women need. And I think that men need something else or something different that isn't the kind of pre-existing therapy model, which I think is built and designed primarily for women. Okay? That's my perspective on it. Now, maybe I will go to a session and I'll see what happens just to see what it's like. Because I do feel a bit bad about having a strong opinion about something I've not experienced. But then, I know. Then again, though, I've not been fucked in the ass before. So probably I'm not going to like that. So I'm not going to do it. I don't think I need to be fucked in the ass to know that I'm not going to like it. And from what I understand, a man going to therapy is a similar experience, particularly when they give you the bill. But anyway, nonetheless, maybe I should go as a little, just to see what happens. Maybe one session isn't enough, but then they get you, don't they? Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Logic. One session isn't enough. You're going to need 20 sessions, and it's going to cost you a lot of money. Anyway, jokes aside, I'm therapy skeptical. But if a man wants to do it, good luck to you. I, again, just think that's private affairs and not really something that a third party, your partner should be talking about on their stream, but we'll see. Let's see what they say.
Together to the same therapist, because so much of what we experience is very similar. But they
That's probably your least progressive opinion. Have you not heard my opinion on the on blacks? What am I doing? Come on, stop fucking around.
Suggested that we do it separately just so we can process things and then we can come together and do it together later. So we did it separately, and man, the shit that you uncover just from I don't know, talking through shit properly, especially talking through shit with someone that isn't at all connected to any of it. I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely game changing. I hate how expensive that shit is. I hate it. There's no, for ours, they don't accept insurance, so it's just out of pocket, but totally fucking worth it, to be honest, if you can afford that, just I don't know, but it sucks. It's very expensive. Yeah, what else have we done? It's kind of, getting the ADHD diagnosis, Ian finding out that it's celiacs, that's another thing. Ian just not being tied to, being to the house as much, in general and needing to like take breaks because his stomach is bothering him is like huge. I don't know.
How can Ian become? I just don't get it. How on earth would you, as a man, be comfortable with your significant other going and revealing this level of information about you? I just cannot believe that Ian is actually comfortable with this. I think that it's a cope or something from him. He doesn't like it. Maybe he's just gotten used to it now, but there's no way. It's crazy that you would be comfortable with someone going and revealing this level of information about you. Like, she can't stop. Is it because she knows that people are watching for that? Is there some sort of, perverse incentive here? She's getting the viewership by talking about it, so she talks about it more, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, it just seems crazy to me. But anyway, let's see what else happens, I guess.
It feels like this is the season of discovery. This is our own personal sod, fixing my teeth was huge. Like, I don't know, everything feels like the world kind of just like opened up. But yeah, very expensive, way too expensive. And I know that there's some places that do sliding.
Why is this young man so angry? Because I've not been to therapy. That's why.
But it sucks that you have to like choose your therapist based on like whether or not they have a sliding scale versus like whether or not they jive with you, because there's so many different therapists that like can do different things for you and respond differently. I have a female therapist, and actually Ian has a female therapist, and both of them are.
If I was to ever get therapy through, I would insist on a male therapist. I do not want to go and speak to a fucking woman about my problems. No, thank you. I'll give that a miss. Okay, bro, that's mental. Why are you as a man speaking to a woman about your fucking problems? Speak to a man about your problems, I mean, to be honest with you, right? I think that going and engaging with other men outside of a therapy setting, right? That can be quite helpful. It's become a bit of a right? It's become the joke, hasn't it, Right? A bunch of guys are sat around together having a beer. One of them, says, you know what, guys, I really needed this. And it sounds very gay and a bit cringe to say it, but that is a truth to that, right? Going and hanging out with your mates, having some beers, having a laugh. That can actually be very beneficial in a way that I think, people should pursue that, right? People should do that. You should have engagements and stuff and talk to people in the real world and have a laugh and whatever, right? And I just think that going to a female therapist and it makes not for me. If I ever was to do it, I could not do it with a woman. That is not a section. That's not like a, it's like if it's not even a fucking misogynistic thing. Okay, if you're a woman and you get stopped by the police, it's expected that a woman is going to search you because that's an intimate issue, right? Like, you wouldn't have a man. They might pad you down a bit, but you can request a woman to do it or insist on a woman does it, particularly for more invasive searches, right?
My therapy because they were a Zionist. And when it came to my thoughts on the final solution, they just weren't having it.
Okay, thank you for the 333. But it's the same, like, you're not going to want that level of intimate conversation with a woman that you don't know. You'd surely want it with a fella, would you not? Am I crazy? Am I just a raving misogynist that I can't recognise my own misogyny? I think that's just the correct thing to do. And I think you're at a loss if you're going to a therapist that's a woman as a man. I think you should go and see a man at the very least. Okay? Thank you very much for the level 12. Appreciate it. Maybe you disagree, and that's fine. I'm not saying you got to agree with me, obviously, right? Maybe you think I'm a misogynist, but I just personally think I'd feel a lot more comfortable going to see a man. And yeah, I just be very unnerved speaking to a woman about my most intimate issues or whatever,
So different, but like definitely good for us. Like Ian's is like she's very like stern. You know what I mean? I don't know how else to describe strong. And my therapist is very like soft.
I demand female cop search me. Break the fuck up while some female cop is feeling up your leg. God, that's horrible to think about.
And like almost like a little fairy. It's kind of nice. It's like talking to a little fairy about your problems, which is like super healing. I have celiac disease. They found it when I got a colonoscopy. Yeah, they took a biopsy for you, huh? You're having issues. Chronic illness is so hard to grapple, and when you find out ways to cope, it's like taking weights off. Yeah, it feels like this month is just constant taking weights off, which I don't know. That's so powerful. There's something so powerful about
Oh my God, Phil's nailed it in chat. Look. So Anisa gets a soft coddled therapy. Ian gets a second woman being stern and telling him what to do. It's insane, bro. And probably true. I'm going to believe that. That is true in my head.
that, being able to take off that many weights. Nothing else, nothing matters. Nothing matters. Like all the things that used to bother me or make me feel bad or worry about, it doesn't bother me anymore. I feel like I'm fully in control of my life. I feel like Ian feels like he's in full control of his life.
Yeah, also, by the way, right, a lot of misandry in chat that I'm seeing here. But if a woman said, I want to see a female therapist, no one would blink twice. No one would think twice about it. It would be, yeah, no, that's the right thing to do. Why would you want to speak to a man? They might rape you or something, right? But that would be fine. No one would question that. But when a man says it, all of a sudden you're a fucking misandrist. Not to all of you, to some of you, maybe, I don't know. But just, it's fucking, listen, reverse the roles. That's all I'm saying. But just reverse the roles. That's it.
Life, and that is like so, I just don't think anything can like take that away. I wish more people could experience that. Somebody just say, I've been asking females on Twitch. I'm so scared. Powers, first time chatter. How do you know when your partner has been faithful? I think if you're questioning that, it's probably not like a good relationship. What do you consider being unfaithful? I mean, that's dependent on the individual. You have to make those parameters with your significant other, my friend. Now I'm 27 and I'm working through the food trauma.
Thank you for the
sick all
raid.
the time growing up.
Thank
Oh
you.
God, yeah. Glad I got the diagnosis. It's a relief. The cyclical vomiting was the worst. It happened when we were in Australia and it was so fucking scary. I was like, you need to go to a hospital. I was so scared he was gonna get dehydrated and die. Oh my God, that was so bad. He ended up going and getting an IV with Chad, but I don't know. Why are your thoughts? I don't know, man. Why are my thoughts? Yeah, I don't know. You just have to, if you're worried about your partner being unfaithful, you probably shouldn't be with that partner. One girl said...
Wait, hang on. Okay, I was going to say, okay, that's not that crazy advice. But no. That is an insane thing to say because you could be being paranoid, right? Like it could be that you're being paranoid and misunderstanding stuff. The best, I don't like doing the relationship advice shit. That's cringe. But I just think that no, you shouldn't just immediately assume your partner's cheating because there are things you might be misreading and misinterpreting. And I say this as someone that has dealt with this in the past, and I've dealt with, in many years ago now. Over a decade ago at this point. But yeah, I've dealt with infidelity and shit. And, especially if you've dealt with it as well, it could be that you're misinterpreting and misreading things. Basically, there's no one answer. This is why relationship advice is so stupid, because there's no one size fits all, right? It's insane to think that just because you're worried someone's cheating, they're doing it. And you should probably investigate further, talk to your partner and look into it more before deciding to just end things. I'm sure they're not going to do that, but it's just very, cookie cutter, stupid advice that isn't fit for everyone.
Even talking is unfaithful. I mean, to her, maybe it is. Don't date that girl, then, if that seems like a too...
Anyway, let's not nitpick. Let's
boundary,
stick to the focus,
different strokes
okay?
for different folks. Yeah, if you feel that way, trust your intuition, and that's not a good sign if you feel that way. Yeah, exactly. I mean, our guts are powerful, man. If you're feeling off about something, just trust it and go with it, because our guts are usually right. It's pretty cool, intuition. There was somebody who was talking about...
Okay, what if you're walking down the street and a black man is walking behind you and you feel like crossing because you're worried about what's going to happen? What about that? Should you trust your gut then? I don't know. Okay, listen. Obviously, I'm picking apart everything, right? I'm just trying to have fun with this. Maybe I'm taking it a bit too far. I don't know, but come on, dude. Did you see Dark Viper releasing a video where he calls Kiwi farmers basement dwellers and accuses them of vandalizing his house? Oh, uh-oh. Oof. No, I didn't see that, dude. I actually don't keep that close to track. The only thing I saw recently was that he'd put up an image of his girlfriend, who he apparently just started dating or something, put up an image of her and atted her, and obviously she then got doxxed. That's the only thing that I saw recently. But no, that I didn't hear about. Is he going to go to war with Kiwi Farms? Oof, not the best play. But anyway, good luck. Good luck to all involved.
How our heart can actually sense other people's, like, so we all have like an electric somebody was talking about...
Wait, what's
just trust
this?
it and go with it, because our guts are usually right. It's pretty cool, intuition. There was somebody who was talking about how our heart can actually sense other people's, like, so we all have like an electromagnetic aura, or whatever you want to call it, and you can sense other people's, even though it's like super subconscious, you can sense other people's like current and tell a lot from that, especially if you're like pretty in tune with it. Apparently our mind subconsciously can pick up on it.
This is why, as a man, you should not be going to a female therapist, okay? Because this is the kind of shit they're thinking in their head when they're talking to you about your problems. What is this star sign shit? What is he? This is insane. What is she on about? Is there any? I've never heard of this before in my life. Thank you for the raid. Appreciate it. Raids thing. Yeah, you got to get the right crystal. If you got the right crystals in your back pocket, it makes it even stronger. Have crystals in one pocket and some random herbs in the other, and you're laughing. Woman, when they try to describe subtle cues in body language and tone of voice. I mean, yeah, it probably is like stuff that is real, but it's attributed to some bullshit reason. Like, obviously, when you have a connection with someone, there's certain body language shit that happens that you probably pick up on. But not this. What the fuck? Picking up on someone else's heartbeat. Isn't there some gay song about this? Anyway, very cringe, very lame. Woman prattle. Let's continue.
So there's definitely something to intuition for sure. Chi what? Chia pets, Tai Chi, Chihuahua.
God, dude.
On the
Concept
flip
of
side,
chi.
you can definitely be paranoid. Yeah, no, that's for sure. You can also definitely be paranoid. You have to like really calm yourself down. I mean, you have to know yourself and what you're inclined to be like when faced with a fear. If you're someone who can be obsessive and paranoid, you should definitely take that into account.
What the fuck?
You can definitely feel other people's emotions. I really believe that you can feel other people's emotions for sure. Yeah, I don't know, the cheating thing.
Some fake account just sent me a message on Instagram and said, "I'll be your therapist." Come on, you got to try better than that. Come on now, give it a rest.
I never had much of a concern for any of my partners.
No, I'm good, thanks. Don't need a therapist.
There was one that I had where I was like I was iffy about it, but I was like, no, like that would be crazy. And then it ended up being like he was cheating on me for a year. But I mean, at that point, like when you break up with them, you find out, it's like, oh, whatever, I don't really care. But the best advice I ever got was from my friend Lilia in like grade 8, where she was like, they're gonna do it anyways. Whether you like really...
Real therapists don't talk about pseudoscience. Okay, let's not get... Look, I don't want to get sidetracked right now with my rant against therapy, okay? I've said enough. We've all got a little flavour. Let's keep moving forward, okay?
Care about it or not. If it's someone who's going to cheat on you, they're going to cheat on you regardless. So why put the energy? Just let them fuck up. Let them fuck up faster. So then you can, like, move on with your life, you know? That's, like, the best advice I ever got. Shout out to grade 8 Lilia. The longer you, like, care and you hold on to it and you try to fight it, the more you're just prolonging. It's kind of like vomiting, you know? Like, I'm terrified of puking, but I know that if I puke, like, I'll feel better. And it's stupid to try and fight the urge to puke. Like, it's inevitable. It's gonna happen. You're just spending way more time being sick. I mean, it could be the dragon from Dragon Ball Z on my chest. It is a Japanese dragon. This is done by a Chinese or Taiwanese artist. And this is considered, like, Chinese traditional, which is, like, it's Chinese army and sailor artists taking from American and Japanese traditional and kind of fusing them together. I also...
Chud, is your opinion on therapy research-based or just vibes? I am 100% vibes. I have not looked into this at all. All of this is coming from up here in my brain. I'm thinking it as I speak.
Wonderful.
Okay.
But how do I make money off depressed
I've not
people?
looked at anything.
Speaking is like when you're playing Sims and just spamming every single social button to fill the other Sims social or romance bar. So many
Okay,
words
that's
and
wonderful.
yet nothing is
But how
said.
do I make money?
Thank
off
you for the
depressed people?
333.
I can see your chakras are misaligned. Tell me about your bathroom schedule.
Thank you for the $5. No. Listen, look, okay. To be clear, I obviously see the value in going and speaking to someone about your issues, okay? And if someone could give you practical advice about how to deal with that and how to manage that, I think that can only be a good thing. And I'm not completely against the idea of that process happening. I'm just concerned that a lot of the current day therapy setup is geared and designed around women, which traditionally it's appealed to and been for. And I think that there's a kind of aping of that, and it's just men are getting stuffed in there as, yep, go to therapy. Whereas I think there should be some other paradigm that, you know, enables men to do that in a way that isn't as female coded, if that makes sense, right? That's my main take, you know.
Have hot stuff from the same artist. Yeah, Hoob, we know that you don't mind puking. I'm jealous. I hate puking. I think it's the worst thing on the planet, personally. And it never gets better. I've tried everything to get over my puking phobia. I don't know, it's just a phobia I have for sure. My high school boyfriend stole my car and left a used condom in it. It was so traumatizing. My stepdad and mom were about to fight him. I had an ex-boyfriend in high school sneak into my parents' garage.
Anyway, by the way, I'm not giving you medical advice. I'm not saying to you what you should or shouldn't do, okay? I'm giving you my totally non-researched, uninformed perspectives off the cuff. If you want to go to therapy, do it. Do what is best for you. I'm not saying you should do one thing one way or another, okay? So please don't misunderstand this as I'm saying it's bad for you or wrong for you. I'm saying do what you think, do what you want to do. That's my personal, honest perspective on it, and that's it, okay? I'm not backpedaling at all. I'm not a medical channel that's telling you what to do. Do what you want.
Their car door in and key it.
I just cancelled it, okay?
Yeah. High school boyfriends, man, high school love in general is fucking crazy. We like heard like rustling in the garage. We're like, what the fuck is that? We open up the garage, like we hear scuffling, like bro was like leaving. Turn on the lights and there's just like a big dent in the it's like my mom's car. What the hell my mom do? Dude? What the fuck? Puking is the worst. Okay, so I'm glad I'm not the only one with the puking phobia. For me, it is cathartic, but at the same time incredibly exhausting. I always end up crying and my whole body hurts. I don't know why it scares me so much to puke. I find it hard to read people's emotions and the thought behind their actions. Interesting. I don't find it hard to read people's emotions, but I find it hard to understand actions. I'm pretty good at like picking up when someone is feeling a certain way, but there's a lot of like, I just don't understand why some people, it's hard.
Bro, it's just your opinion. You know, well, no, it's fine. Listen, chat's fine. Okay? I don't have a problem with chat. I know there's a lot of feelings about this. I don't mind. But yeah, I mean, obviously, you know. Well, guys, my opinion is based on studying these documents, and I have referenced them here for you if you wish to go and search them yourself. Reddit!
To like predict the, yeah. Yeah, it was a crazy experience. I have a crazier one, like when the SWAT team raided my mom and her new husband's house because they're drug dealer tenant, and I was naked. That would be terrifying. I feel like things, like people coming into your home unannounced is one of the most like traumatizing things that you can go through. Because we did have someone come to our house and steal our shit once when I was growing up, because Canadians don't really lock their doors, at least back when I was growing up in Edmonton. It's not really popular to lock your doors. And there was this, I don't know we never caught them obviously, but it must have been a group of people because it was pretty quick. We like went out, I think, to dinner or something and came back and like.
Yeah, I mean, look, I listen, this prattle is getting a bit much. Someone said there's a clip channel that's actually got better clips. Maybe we need to look at that. Maybe. Oh, this looks like it's from a different episode, a different thing. Okay, come on. Listen, I'll skip it forward a bit. I'll skip forward.
Like, there's something about that, just having somebody enter your home, even in that way.
I've got my instinct that there's more content here to be had.
I can't imagine, like, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's going very well.
I got a good feeling.
The online stuff in general is going very well. Okay. I'm feeling great. Probably the best I've felt in like, I don't know, maybe 5 years. Maybe longer than that. Probably the best.
Okay,
we're starving DK. No. The Anisa stuff did really well. The Anisa stuff was the best video of the last couple of weeks.
We will all know when Chud goes back to therapy and it's a female therapist. We will see headlines of the Yorkshire Ripper is back in action.
New serial killer targeting exclusively female therapists. Watch out, ladies. Here's a photo fit. Dude, come on. No, listen, this is all good. Listen, it's all good, okay? Trust me, guys. Believe in me, okay? I know what I'm doing, all right? Trust me.
Yeah, I would say the only time I've felt better about the internet and my online presence was probably like back in 2014. But yeah, Hi, Botani. Thank you. I'm trying to, like, my hair is definitely in the, like, worst stage, in my opinion. I hate it so much. I'm getting a haircut, but I can't, my hairdresser's gone until June 20th. So I'm trying to figure out how to cope with what my hair is like right now. And, because we're going to open sauce. And I don't want to, like, I don't know. I want to go out in public with my hair kind of being in this weird in-between stage. So hair accessories. That's smart. You're smart. Okay.
It's like she's got this... She hasn't got that filter in her head. She hasn't got that filter of, like, just thinking a little bit ahead of, like, if I say something, how is that going to be perceived? What's that going to look like, you know? Is it a good idea to point out all of my own insecurities for people to take advantage of on the internet like this? Like, and I don't even think she was necessarily getting asked about that, and she just jumped into explaining she's got this insecurity with her hair, which inevitably is going to get targeted by trolls, and people are going to fucking, you know, have a laugh at her.
I'm gonna get some hair, maybe like a headband, I think might help a little bit. Hats is another. I know if I just get it cleaned up, it will be good. It'll be good once it gets cleaned up. But right now, it is in such a state of disarray. So I have it like half up. But yeah, other than that, like, I love how I've been doing my makeup lately. Healing my teeth has made my
Okay, that's
mouth
wonderful.
better. I also
But
like,
how do I make
do you guys
money
like the lighting,
off
or is that too
Thank you
much?
for the $5.
Because I have like a really strong light here. And I have, oh, hello, Afro. Hell yeah, my favorite witch streamer is live. It's true, it's me, I'm live. I could turn this off. This will adjust in a second. But
So, listen, people in chat have said this. Is it true that she got her breast implants taken out? Am I understanding correctly that she got breast implants put in for OnlyFans, and presumably the OnlyFans isn't in operation anymore, so she's had them taken out, you know, because it's not needed anymore? Is that it? Is that right? Is that the correct series of events? So, am I to understand she had breast implants, was on OnlyFans, came off OnlyFans, got the breast implants removed, and then obviously Ian's got to be... Listen, I am speculating here, okay? I don't know this story 100%. Take it with a pinch of salt. But, I don't know, man. That sounds pretty crazy to me. Because, look, obviously, listen, okay? I am not... People call me a misogynist all the time. Do I have some interesting views about women? Sometimes. However, that being said, genuinely not a misogynist, okay? I just think it's kind of insane to me that, like, you get your tits done just for OnlyFans, only to have them removed when you come off, and then it's like the partner doesn't even get the benefit of that, you know? Oh, interesting.
thing is, when I turn that light off, it becomes less detailed. Like, the camera's worse because the lighting is worse. Oh, true, Wolfen. I love Frankie. That is kind of, I don't know. I'm so excited for my hair to grow, you guys. I feel like once my hair is, like, grown out, it's going to be so, like, powerful. That's going to be it. That's, like, the final evolution.
Well, to be clear, I don't know if she got them for OnlyFans specifically or had them before. I do not know the timeline of Anisa Joma's breast implants, unfortunately, okay? I'm sure somewhere there's a fucking documentation of it. Unfortunately, I'm not privy to that. So I need more information before I say for certain. But I'm sure somewhere there's a graph.
It's my Blastoise moment, you guys, when my hair grows out. But it's taking forever. I like, either you keep a pixie or you keep your hair long, but the in-between is so fucking annoying. So it's getting close. I think by December, we'll be good. Blastoise moment is a new phase. And this is even my final form. Yeah, that's like, I'm going to be so good once my hair's long. The in-between, like, little boy bowl cut, the, like, Justin Bieber cut is just, like, not it. I mean, it is, listen, I think that my face can pull it off good. Okay? It could be a lot worse. Even with the clip circulating of me having no makeup, I'm like, damn, I look better than I thought I did in that stream. Like, I can pull it off. But, I'm ready for long hair, I think. I think I'm, like, done with the short hair. It's been, like, what, 4 years or something like that I've had short hair. I'm stuck in my Snorlax phase. Brother, there's nothing wrong with being stuck in your Snorlax phase.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah. This comes across like the lolcow thing that people do, where they've clearly seen or read or heard some shit talking or criticism of them. So then they act and behave in a way in order to counter that criticism or comment without directly addressing it. Right? Like, it's clear it's got to her, but she doesn't want to say, oh yeah, I saw a bunch of people like talking about how I look like a boy, so I'm going to talk about it. It's like discreetly mentioning it, or hopefully discreetly mentioning it. But if you know about the comments and you recognize that it's obviously bothered her, you can put two and two together, right?
Sometimes you have to be in your Snorlax phase for like 4 or 5 years, and then you wake up and then you just...
Okay, one other question. Chances of her having read her own Kiwi Farms thread, what do you reckon?
All of a sudden you're Gyarados or something, I don't know. I mean, that's not physically possible, but in some weird fanfic reality Pokemon manga somebody made, you would turn into a Gyarados. You know, sometimes you just really gotta rest up. It's okay to need to rest up. I think we put so much pressure on ourselves. Okay, sick. Okay, Snorlax to Machamp seems more realistic anyways, to be honest. I think we put so much pressure on ourselves to, like, you know, always be winning, always be doing more, always be, like, working at something. But the truth is, sometimes you really do need to rest. And then you can, like, come back and, like, do what you want. I think the goal for everyone should be trying to pursue more of, like, authentically what you want to pursue. You know, not even about making more money constantly or, like, you know, seeing more success constantly. The idea of success, like, especially depending on where you're looking, right? Like, I don't know, it's so vague.
Okay, we got Nocturnal Nick. She has replied to Josh from Kiwi Farms before, so the probability of her reading a thread is very likely. Okay. Okay, Nocturnal Nick has got some information here. Now, obviously, I'm not seeing it in front of me, so take this as you will. But apparently, according to Nocturnal Nick in chat, she apparently got her implants on Feb 7th, 2020, and then apparently joined OnlyFans on March 9th, 2020. Okay. Could be a coincidence, I guess, maybe. I don't know. That sounds pretty... Well, that sounds pretty conclusive, doesn't it?
That today. No problem, man. I think we all need to hear that in the world that we're existing in right now. And you do feel way more fulfilled. I think something that's really interesting that I'm realizing is that, especially as someone who's like gone through a lot of transformations and has had different levels of like metric success online, the state that I'm at right now, like even if I stayed at the viewership that I am right now, even if I stayed in like the realm that I am right now, I'm...
Guys, I do love you guys, okay? Parasocially. But I just need to be careful. I want to be fair and accurate, okay? I want to be fair. It's not. She said she felt like she had to get implants before starting OnlyFans. Okay. For the purposes of moving things along, I'll take your word for it. I don't know. Is it? I'm sure I could find the information if I needed to really talk about it. But I'm not that, you know, it's more funny to me. I'm not really looking like, you know, it's more funny. It's not like a serious thing, right? It's just funny. The idea that she gets breast implants for OnlyFans, that finishes, takes them out, you know, and Ian doesn't really get a sort of look in quite the way he maybe want to.
So happy and fulfilled at this like place that I've been able to arrive at, that like the metric stuff is like very irrelevant, which is like kind of...
Occam's cock comes. Imagine having a wife that doesn't wear makeup for you, but puts in a brand spanking new pair of titties for 1 million Kumas on the web.
Shocking to say. There was a time when it really hurt.
Oh my god, silly goober, come on. Really? Was Ian not having sex with her when she was on OnlyFans? Okay, this is again off the top of my head, so please forgive me if I'm mistaken here. But wasn't there some sort of thing where she talked about, you know, preparing a certain part of her body with a razor for OnlyFans, but not doing it for Ian? Is that a thing? Am I misremembering?
But it's cool how you can get past that. Yeah, I'm on that grind. Never made more than 20,000 in a year. Hey, that's not a reflection on, you know, who you are as a person or how hard you work. 20 grand a year is 20 grand a year. But, you know, if you want more for yourself, totally understandable, man. But it's okay to rest. I think it's important. I don't know how much of a weeb you are, but you look like Anko from Naruto with your hair. Oh, I fucking love Naruto.
Dude, 20 grand a year is not much, is
It's
it?
true. I haven't watched Naruto in so long. I tried to get Ian into it like a couple times. That's fucking awesome. Thank you. I'm trying to find a picture that isn't like horny fanfic. Here we go for chat. There. I fucking
20k, dude. I've got lots of perspectives on it. 20k a year is fine if you're doing it as a hobby or a part-time thing, as a side hustle or something, right? But 20k, if you're putting your all into it, obviously initially it might be that you need to do that and you're not going to get massive reward, but depends on how long you've been streaming. That's pretty fucking miserable, dude. I mean, dude, like you got to fucking earn a crust to live on. You can't. That's an abysmal amount of money. Let's be real. I know they're being nice, but fuck me, dude. 20k, come on.
love her. Wait, you do? I think I just need to like bring this forward. I pinned.
Stop acting like you don't visit kiwi farms. When have I ever said that I don't go on kiwi farms? I'm very open about the fact that I look at and take information from kiwi farms whenever I do.
Some of it back. Also, I think if I like straightened it, I do be kind of in my anime hairstyle saga right now.
What is this?
Wait, real?
I look like
Wait,
an
is that
anime,
real?
guys. Come on.
Yeah, and she's feisty. I'm growing my short / pixie hair, and I had for 2 years, and I'm going through the phase where I look like a 12-year-old with a bowl cut. Same. I've been in it. When I fainted at the when I fainted when I was giving blood, and Ian took a picture of it. When I looked at it, I was like, I literally look like a 12-year-old boy that like fucked up an ollie and wiped out and is now,
Oh
like,
my god, she is definitely doing it. She's 100% doing it. She is saying, I've seen your comments and they don't faze me. In fact, I think that about myself. Right? Am I? Dude, is she not doing that? To me, that's absolutely what she's doing. She's directly referencing these comments, but trying to act like she's not fazed. It's so obvious, isn't it? Yeah, she's trying to own it precisely. Ooh, that was rough, dude. Oh.
recovering on the fucking pavement. Like, especially when I'm not wearing makeup and I'm like I was wearing like black skinny jeans and like a YouTuber merch shirt. Who are the tattooed women behind you? Those are actually some of the first
Isn't that what you're supposed to do? I mean, no, that's like lolcow tier behavior. You're not directly mentioning the comments, but you're making it, to me at least, very clear that you've seen the comments and trying to put on a false bravado that the comments don't get to you. When they get to you to such a point, you can't even mention them, but in a way directly reference them to look like it doesn't faze you, right? That's my read on it anyway. I just think, people are going to talk their shit. Just ignore them. That's the best thing to do. Just do your content and move forward. Don't worry about what the haters or whatever are saying, because people are going to talk their shit. That's it. Not everyone's going to like you. And some people are going to say terrible things about you, but that's just the internet. Everyone's welcome to their say. And that's that.
tattoo artist in America, or American traditional tattoo artist. She was very famous for her work that she did, and she was heavily tattooed, which was like a big deal at the time. Yeah, you can see her. She's in the very cool. Yeah, people don't talk about it very often, but like women were getting tattooed, and it was seen as like obviously a lot more taboo than it is today. A lot of them would hide, get hidden tattoos, but she was like fully. I mean, look.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to bring it up, but not seem bothered by it. It's clearly on her mind and bugging her, especially when she mentioned she's self-conscious. Yeah, exactly.
Better. She's got a full suit. Looks sick. Yeah, I love that shit so much. All the people in these are like pretty iconic. There's like Ed Hardy and shit. I think someone. My mic is like covering it, but yeah, they're all like icons. You're my tattoo icon? Yes. Thank you. I love. There's the more tattooed I get, the like more.
See, some of you guys are quite vicious. If you're so into tattoos, why have so many shit ones? I'm not really into that. I don't have any tattoos. I'm not really into it. But, that sounds very mean, I must say.
Cool, I think it looks. I'm very excited
Terrible.
to get my like pelvic region tattooed. I mean, I'm not excited to do it. I think it's gonna really fucking hurt. I think that might hurt more than my back. Because like my back really fucking hurt. But I have, for some reason, I feel like tummy. Like, tummy is just like, I don't know. Like, I do have this, which is kind of, like, that is my stomach. My belly button's right there. But lower tummy. Whoa, Scrumbo! I will hydrate. I've brought water down.
What?
But lower tummy, I don't know. I don't have a lot of fat in that area for some reason. I have more fat on my back.
That was just
what do they
a
call
point,
it? Big
points,
back?
wasn't it?
I'm literally that. I'm actually
On Twitch, I actually people kept redeeming points, and I thought I don't get anything out of this, so I just put them up to ridiculous amounts, and no one really does it anymore because I don't know. It feels like one of those Twitch engagement things. It's just kind of gay and doesn't really benefit you in the long run. Anyway, that's my perspective. But she seemed very excited to get some fucking Twitch points. Anyway, I'm nitpicking. I'm shamelessly nitpicking in this stream, and I don't care. I'm doing it.
Thank you, Scrumbo. Do you plan on only getting traditional? Right? Yes, I do. I plan on only getting traditional. Simpleton, you really live up to your name because it's not working, and I feel really bad for you. It's just kind of, it's a little creepy. It's a little weird. So I will give you a chance to be normal and not antisocial and interact with the chat. But if you can't behave yourself, I will pity ban you because it's
Okay,
it
that's
is getting,
wonderful.
the baiting is getting
But how
sad.
do I make money?
You have a pretty
off
smile.
depressed
Oh,
people?
Oh no.
There is a way to
Getting
roll
one
this on the
guide.
live stream.
No.
You super chat, get $1 and ask her to type KI in the address bar on her computer and watch what pops up. We all know she is too stupid to understand what's going to happen.
Thank you for the 333. Appreciate it. Chud is EFAP, but for drama content. I try not to. Well, maybe.
More.
Anyway, come on.
Wow, I haven't gotten a please smile more comment in a long time. I think.
Okay, wait, what was
working
that?
right? Yes, I do. I plan on only getting traditional. Simpleton, you really live up to your name.
Oh my god, it's Simpleton! Wait, I know Simpleton. Simpleton is, you know, I'll be honest with you, I don't completely hate Simpleton, okay? But he is fucking annoying, right? He's the guy that messages me sometimes. One time, he messaged me about what people were saying in a Discord. And I was like, bro, I don't give two fucks about what someone is saying in some Discord about my stream, okay? When I was live, almost trying to direct the flow of what I was doing. Bro, shut the fuck up, okay? Anyway, Simpleton is now one-guying Anisa Joma. What happened to your brain? I don't know. Oh, no, wait. Himpleton. Are they different people? I know who Himpleton is. Not Himpleton and... Okay, am I thinking of Himpleton? It's the same guy, right? Simpleton, Himpleton, it's got to be. Are they different people? Oh. Oh, sorry. Well, in that case, I think my apologies to Simpleton, because Simpleton has not messaged me. Himpleton has. Have I done this before? Really? Have I? God, I've got a problem. It's Spurgception. No, it was quite funny, actually, because Anisa tried to have a pop at this dude. I think it was the Simpleton guy, right? Let me just find it quick. Yeah, this is it here. Oh, no, wait. No. Okay, now this is going to be really bad. On Twitter, it was Himpleton. Okay. So this, I believe, is Himpleton. No, wait, it is the same person. Look, they're called Simpleton and Himpleton. So they're the same person. Now I'm even more confused. You said they're two different people. Simpleton is an annoying Queeman chatter. Himpleton is Lyric's gimp. No, I think they're the same person. I think, because Simpleton gives super chats in here, I think this is both Himpleton and Simpleton. Are they? I don't think they are. There's no way they're the same person. So this is simple. Okay, but wait. Look, simpleton, simple underscore a few times ton. We're derailed. We're derailed. We fucked it. We fucked it. I fucked it. I fucked it up, dude. I fucking up, dude. Do you ever stop between the rage-filled typing to look at what a dumbass this makes you look like, to be coping this hard about the literal lolcow podcast? And then shares a picture of him. Trying to collab on OF, or what you trying to say, lol? Go on, that's quite funny. That's a good comeback. If you think this looks good, I can't help you, sadly.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Stylo, I think you've misled me. Maybe. I don't know anymore either. I don't know what's going on.
Was him on stream last night.
Are they the same person or not? Wait, Himpleton was forced to rebrand because he didn't know someone was already named Simpleton. Okay, so Stylo's right. Apparently they are two different people. Okay. But this guy has got the same name on Twitter. Okay. Anyway, let's just look. It is uncertain. We'll decide when we see them in the same room. Let's put it that way, okay? But anyway, nonetheless, let's get back to the thing. Yeah, this is... Dude. We glup shito to the max. I'm sorry for that, guys. Let's just continue with this, okay?
Because it's not working, and I feel really bad for you. It's just kind of... It's a little creepy. It's a little weird. So I will give you a chance to be normal and not antisocial and interact with the chat. But if you can't behave yourself, I will pity ban you because it is getting, the baiting is getting sad. You have a pretty smile. Oh, please smile more. Wow, I haven't gotten a please smile more comment in a long time.
Oh,
I think I uglified myself too much to like get a please smile more.
Okay, that's wonderful.
No way.
How do I make money off depressed people?
Thank you for the $2. This drama came for. Sorry, I'm going to derail it again. Simpleton says, what about that crazy guy who had the ski mask? You owned him so hard. He's got to be referring to himself there, surely. So he's referencing the fact that that was him on Twitter, and that is the guy that messaged me to complain about the Discord thing, right?
And in real life. So it is a nice change up, and I will accept the comment today because I haven't heard it in a while. But just know that I mean, maybe it was your intention to, maybe you wanted to upset me. I'm not sure. If that was your intention, please do it more often. If it wasn't, I will say, if you want like a wife, a girlfriend, female friends, your sister to talk to you, probably don't say that.
Welcome to Chud Nation.
Oh, women don't want to
Please
talk to you.
smile more.
Thank you very much for the Prime sub. Appreciate it. I'm always miserable because I'm British, but thank you very much.
Uglified? Yeah, I mean, when I say uglified, I mean to a specific group of people that would do things like say, please smile more, which is good. Like, I'm happy.
Dude.
I just wish trolls were more creative. Why am I antisocial? Well, there is someone who's streaming with 93 viewers, 101 right now, and you've come into their chat after like...
The flexing. Actually, 101 right now. Oh, dude, it's so cringe. Actually, I'm over 100 now. It's tragic, man.
Obviously, being pretty chronically online, just looking at what you've been typing, right? And you're trying to like bait something like a clip or like a reaction to make yourself feel good.
By the way, guys, okay, listen. You will always get one guide. It is extremely difficult to never get one guide, okay? Because sometimes you're only human. Someone says something in chat that's just a bit annoying or whatever, right? But the trick is to try and deal with it quickly and move on, okay? Listen, we've all been caught out before. I'm guilty as well. We're all guilty. But this is like excessive. To be doing this kind of like,
Okay, that's wonderful.
well, I'm
But
actually
how do I
owning
make
you right now.
money off
God,
depressed
it's too
people?
much. Just say your thing and move on, Whisperwind TFT, can I reaction bait you? I'm not sure what that means, but thank you very much for the bits. Yeah, exactly. You're just showing them that their bait has worked, you know? And it's clearly a very low effort bait, and you're biting anyway. Yeah, exactly. Soapbox has got it. The longer you stay on the one guy, the more you lose. Exactly. Exactly. Do not listen to Chud on one guy advice.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Do you do reacts for money? Please watch President Sunday go after Destiny and his fans. I'm curious on your opinion.
Thank you for the $5. I don't do reacts for money, but thank you very much for the $5 nonetheless. But yeah, I just think that the longer you spend on it, the more you spend talking to them, the more you spend engaging with them, the more that you lose in the long run. So yeah.
And you're not like really interacting with the community. You're not really interested in being a part, because being antisocial, right, is like not wanting to, like, you're doing things that aren't really socially acceptable. So like trolling online and period, it just is antisocial behavior. It's not like very
Silly Goober destroys Chud. Speaking of reacts for money, you should check that video out at Joe on a Slow Day. Yeah, okay, I'll have a look. Look, Silly Goober, I have actually tried recently to try and reduce the amount that I ban people, because it's just cancerous. It's totally cancerous to, you know, ban someone for no reason. Or ban someone because they annoy you. And I do still do it sometimes, okay? Listen, I'm only human. But, yeah, I just think your best bet is to let them stay, have a broad perspective in chat. Yeah. Obviously, sometimes if someone's just been obnoxious, your best bet is just to quietly ban them and move forward. But spending this long on it is cringe.
it's just frowned upon by society, right? Like if you ask most people, like, are people with anime profiles on Twitter who say homophobic, racist, or just overall mean shit online cool, right? Most people would say no. That sounds like a really lame way to spend your time, because it's antisocial behavior. It's just like not normal, really. It's like a disappointed ant. Yeah, I mean, that's just the best way to explain it. So now you know that it's a bit antisocial. It's fine. We all have some antisocial behaviors.
Oh my God, dude.
You know, when someone
Still going.
tells you, like, you're being a little bit weird, the best thing to do is probably to not do it anymore. Because that's how human beings are supposed to work. They do a thing, they get shamed because they're doing a weird thing, and then they go, oh, I shouldn't do that anymore. I say as an anime profile picture. Yeah, but Wolfen, are you saying racist and homophobic shit?
Oh my God.
Yes. If you're an anime profile picture and you don't say bigoted shit, that doesn't apply to you. Just Amelia, thank you for gifting 3 tier 1 subs. Welcome to the Sal Boys, you guys. I appreciate that.
Oh my God, dude. This is a massive L to spend this much time on it. Just fucking, if they've been obnoxious, ban them and move on. Say like a one line or a couple of lines and move on. This lecture shit is so cringe. It just makes you look pathetic. This like fucking Hassan Arby levels of one guy lecturing.
But yeah, hey, I love positive and neutral anime profile pictured accounts. I think Kirby counts as an anime, yeah. Yeah, I think so. Kirby was a show first, game second, or game first, show second. It definitely became a show at some point.
Toby Fox rapes Chud on the daily. Toby Fox is an obvious troll at this point. But sometimes it's fun to respond anyway, because they raise a point. But yeah, I mean, I learned a long time ago, Toby Fox is some sort of fucking, you know, it's some sort of like fake person pretending to be a lefty to piss me off.
Why did you stop uploading YouTube videos? No, it's not weird to ask. I am not a YouTuber. I just don't think I really enjoy... I'm very good at talking to people live and coming up with things, you know, mid-conversation to talk about. It's actually, for some reason, really hard for me to come up with like a concept and then record it. I don't know what it is. I just felt like I didn't have very much to say. It's the same on TikTok. I feel like I just don't have very much to say. I do have a lot to say.
Right. This explains why the streams are so insufferable. I get it now. It's because she thinks that streaming is just yapping. That you can just talk and you don't have to really think about a topic or a concept or something like that. But yeah, that is not... I mean, if you want to be a just chatting stream, you need to have some sort of structure. You can't just talk for hours about something. You need to have a structure to what you're doing, right? Have a topic to rally around or something like that. But clearly she's just yapping and playing video games. Streaming is whatever you want it to be. Yeah, there's a lot of people that think that. And do you know where they are right now? They're at 0 viewers in Call of Duty Warzone. That's where they are, okay? They're at the bottom of the fucking pile with no one watching them. That is where those people are, because no, streaming is not whatever you want it to be, okay? If it is literally just a hobby, if you're sat at home and you're just playing video games and you switch it on to play video games and a couple people watch, you don't care, fine. But if you actually want to get somewhere with it, no, you can't just do that, right? You've got to have a structure and an idea and a concept and a vision and move forward with that, you know? Shout out to DJ Mule. Oh. But yeah.
I just need a prompt. But I like, because we do maximum damage, and that's a podcast in like gaming, like we're gonna do gaming today. And I would like to do YouTube. I think if I had like a direction, I would do it, and that could change in the future. I'm not really sure, but prompt, what kind of horror fantasy style tattoo should I get? That, I think, the sickest tattoos, let me tell you, the sickest fantasy scenario, period. Unicorns fighting dragons. That shit goes hard.
We're going to skip some of this. I don't care about tattoos. Maybe some of you do, but I want to move on.
It's on someone because of stray bullet. Oh, probably. No.
Come on. Okay, there's a bit of... Oh. That's the end of that bit. Okay, there's a bit more juice in this lemon. Okay, trust me. I knew there was content in here. I could tell. It's not much more now and we're done.
Oh, sorry, I already read
If you are getting bored, don't worry. We're going to be moving on shortly.
So we're going to try and reload it. And
we're squeezing this as much as we can, guys.
Pregante, don't wish that shit on me. Don't wish that shit on me. Some of my favorite retweets that I get on Twitter are people who literally retweet my shit and they're like, childless. And I'm like, yes, I try really hard at that, actually. Thank you for noticing. Thank you for noticing that I've managed to protect my womb from a parasite for the past 30 years.
Oh my god. Why? What an insane thing to say. As someone, how old is she? How old is this person? Look, I've got father brain, okay? Obviously I'm biased on this. I just find this corrosive attitude towards kids to this level very cancerous, personally. Okay? Yeah, exactly. Ali's nailed it as well. So she's having a go at people for being antisocial because they're trolling in a chat. Meanwhile, she's referring to babies as parasites. But yeah, this is the kind of shit you say when you're like 18 or something, maybe, if you don't have much thought about having a kid in the future. But, you know, when you're this, I mean, look, I don't want to get into the Stefan Molyneux meme. We're not going to get into the egg memes, okay? We're not going to get into the egg carton memes. That's all I'm going to say on it. But I just find it very obnoxious when people are like this. Like, it's fine if you're like, I'm not interested in having kids. It's a personal choice. If you don't want to do that, fine. But it's the way of referencing it. Isn't it meant to be humorous, though? I mean, I guess so. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's funny if you're an abortion-ravaged whore. But wait, stop. I personally don't find it funny. If people find it funny, that's fine. It's supposed to be comedic. But it speaks to a more fundamental truth that I think is very obnoxious when she's saying that, when she is calling others antisocial for doing a bit of trolling, you know? That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I do have a biased perspective on this. Obviously, I'm older, I'm a father. I get that younger people maybe are going to have a different perspective and are going to do this sort of thing. But yeah. The eggs are running low. Let's put it that way. Anyway, come on.
It is a talent. What the hell? Childless. Mm-hmm. True. Probably just cold. When I would breastfeed, I would get that. It could also just be blood flow from... Oh, true. Yeah.
Oh, I don't think you can sub on phone. I think you need to do it on the browser. But thank you for the thought nonetheless. I think you do it if you really want to. You can go into the browser on your phone and do it.
Blood flow for sure. Did you ever
Sorry, the reason for that, I think, is because of the 30% that Play app and Apple take.
Be able to reconcile with Bo Black's. Yeah, sure. He's just...
Right, this is important.
Probably, yeah. Blood flow for sure. Would you ever be able to reconcile with Bo Black's? Yeah, sure. He's fine. He'll figure it out eventually, and I'm sure we can have a conversation at some point.
Oh, Blues Blacks. You're on, mate. You're on. You're on. Let's go. I keep saying, listen, I know some people, there's some people, naming no names, certain ethnic individuals aren't fans of Bo Blacks. I actually quite like Bo Blacks. I get on well with him when we've spoken, you know, but some people really don't like him. And I think it's because he's autistic and it's basically ableist. But anyway, I think the name Blows Blacks is funny.
How do I make money?
Oh, Spiffmeister with a gifted sub. Thank you. Very generous. Thank you very much. I always call him Blows Blacks because it's funny, but I don't have a problem with him at all. We've always got on well when we've spoken. Anyway, just funny to hear his name get referenced again, and she's apparently teasing a reconciliation, so.
Wishing the best for both him and you, brother. I love when people tell me, you will change your mind. Brother, I had surgery. Come back. Yeah, I need to singe my tubes. I need to double tie them and then singe them and fucking stomp on them, make sure that they can't let an egg pass through. I'm not gonna change my mind.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Childless. Why couldn't it be me?
Off depressed people.
Oh.
Elio Rosa became a member.
Okay, look, I'll throw my hands up and say, it could be just because I'm a father, I'm biased, okay, I get it, whatever. I just find this level of obnoxious discussion about kids to be very insufferable. It's like the antenatal people type thing, you know? I'm just like, okay, just say you don't want to have kids and move on. This kind of like extreme way of talking about it, I find extremely insufferable and obnoxious, you know? How many abortions do you reckon Anisa's had? Listen, if we're going to get a bit edgy about kids, okay? How many fetuses have been ripped from the sides of Anisa's womb, do you reckon? Anyway, come on. Let's calm down a little bit. I'm getting a bit out of control here. Let's just relax. Let's settle down a bit, okay? Okay. Anyway, look. I don't have a problem if you don't have kids. I just find it extremely obnoxious and annoying when people are like this about it. And they, you know what, like, oh, crotch goblins and parasites and stuff. Well, it's just like, oh, come on. Let's have a bit of fucking decorum here, shall we?
Twitter probs. Do you wish Bo Black's $1 million? I do. I really do. I think that could help him, for sure, yeah. Why not? Who up singeing their tubes right now? Yeah, but no, that's my favorite. I do enjoy those retweets a lot. Having a crotch goblin is so hard. Yours is so cute, though.
Bro! What the fucking... Exactly that! Oh my god.
I don't know. Sometimes I do see people with babies, that their babies are so cute. I have a family member her baby is like 8-9 months old, and like just starting to crawl and shit. So cute.
Okay, well that's a pleasant
You're talking about a baby or
balance,
crabs?
I guess.
She's talking about a baby.
That could have gone a different way. Listen, I'm not just going to nitpick herself the negative stuff. At least she can look at a baby and doesn't feel rage and anger and you know, want to call the baby horrible things. That's a positive, I guess.
I love her. She's literally so relaxed and she just hangs out and sleeps. I got so lucky. Fuck. Birth was hard though, yeah? You had a really hard birth, I think I remember you saying. I don't know. That's what terrifies me. It's like the couple months before. Have you seen Forrest Gump? I have, yeah. Yep. There aren't very many. I'm not one of those people who like collects classic movies in my watch portfolio. I should. There's a lot that I'm missing. Like American Psycho, I'm definitely missing. But I don't know. But Forrest Gump is one that I have seen, yeah.
Bleed from the same place every month for decades and you might change your mind. I mean, that's a very nice little story, but I know plenty of women who even don't want to have kids or not interested, and they don't have this kind of attitude about it. So yeah, I think that's a self thing. I think women are plenty capable of deciding whether they do or don't want to have kids without being fucking obnoxious.
But as an adult, I hate Forrest Gump. I actually feel like if I were to rewatch
Get
Forrest
over
Gump,
it.
I want to die. Yeah. It took a lot
Oh, sorry, it's a joke. Okay, right. Sorry for not laughing about your periods. My bad.
For me to get a vasectomy here, doctors kept saying, you could have a child at 50. Why? What? That's so weird. Can't you just store sperm as well? Like, why do they fucking care? If you store sperm, you're just gonna, like, make another Dr. Rich down the road if you, like, do IVF, right? Storing it costs a lot. It does, but it's just interesting that they would reject you because down the line, if you like, can't they just make more money? It's very interesting. The love of a child is incredibly overrated. Just get a dog. I'm sorry, I don't know why, but whenever I read something like the love of a child is incredibly, I always assume that somebody's going to finish it with like life-changing. What were you to say? For you to just like flat out be like it's overrated is very funny to me. Yeah, you know, I I can't speak on it. I've never had one, so but I do enjoy having a dog. The epidural made me feel nothing, and I had the best sleep of my entire life.
Look, that's for well and good if you're 18 or 20. Okay, sure, get a dog to replace that in some way for a little while, but you know, it's just nothing can replace. I mean, having a kid is the ultimate. You know, I don't know. I don't want to fucking bang on about it at the end of the day, but like this idea that a dog can replace that is crazy to me. But anyway, let's just keep going.
Really? Okay. Birth was actually super easy. I think the ritual we did really worked, but being pregnant.
Yeah,
was so...
I get. You know, it's like you have these couples that are in their early 20s and they'll get a dog, and that'll be like a little way of having some sort of family when they're younger, when they're not ready for a kid. But then obviously, you know, as you progress through and you get older, that's normally when you feel like you want to have a kid. And if you don't, that's fine, but just a bit obnoxious. It's not that big a deal.
Hard.
Let's continue.
Also, postpartum is extremely hard. Definitely, if you ever have a child, don't be afraid to ask people for help. My pagan community was so
Fur
sweet. They helped
baby.
me clean and cooked for me. That to me is like the most important thing is community. And a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people don't have like a surrounding community to help them. And I think that's what scares me the most, especially because like we're in Seattle alone.
Oh my God, Ali, you just reminded me of something. There are definitely happy childless women, but there are also childless women who are seemingly desperately trying to convince themselves they're happy with their choices. Do you remember there was that big front cover magazine thing, and it was a woman who had frozen her eggs, right? And it was like, freeze your eggs, save your career, or something like that. And it was this big piece about how, don't worry about having kids now, have a career, freeze your eggs, and have kids later. And then later on it transpired, and it's bad, I feel bad for this person, but it transpired all of the eggs had gone wrong or something, there'd been a problem with them. And this woman, when she found this out, apparently went fucking ape shit and was like chucking stuff around, went mental, went insane, and had this massive meltdown over the fact that they had chosen their careers over thinking their eggs were going to be frozen, they could come to it later, and then it just totally... It is sad, it is bad, but it's just... What was fucked up about it is it was promoted. It was promoted to people, freeze your eggs. And it's like, okay, but maybe at some point we might reach the stage where we're able to do that very successfully and very coherently and very, you know, reliably. But at the moment, that's just not the case. So I think that, you know, if you want kids, don't wait, do it now. Yeah, you can have a bump in your career, but, you know, the alternative is you focus on your career and you want kids, and then later you might not be able to have kids, you know? Because I think by the time you're... Like, look, obviously the righties play it up, the Stefan Molyneux fucking egg memes and shit like that. Yes, I agree, that's retarded, I don't agree with that. But it is just a factual situation that the older that you get, the more difficult it becomes to become successfully pregnant. And... You know, I think once you pass 35 or something like that, I think, I don't know the exact details, but yeah, the older it is, the more difficult it is. And it's not just about getting pregnant, it's about having a successful pregnancy and birth. It becomes more difficult as well, you know? So yeah, it's not something you want to put on hold. If you genuinely want kids, you should just, it's never going to be the best time, but don't forgo having kids for the sake of a career, thinking that when you're 35, 40, it's going to be A-okay, because it probably won't be. On the balance of probabilities, you know?
I don't know.
Bro, that's not even a conservative take. That's not a conservative take. If you don't want to have kids, don't have kids. More power to you. But I'm saying if you want kids, you shouldn't wait because that's going to decrease your chances of having kids and being happy longer term. If that's a conservative take, then I don't know what to tell you.
But it's cool to know that that was easy for you. I think when I've talked to Ela about childbirth, she said that it's like has been super easy for her, which is great because sometimes I hear horror stories where I'm like, oh my god. Who needs a child when you have Baldur's Gate 3? Endless children in Baldur's Gate 3, right? Am I right, guys? Like no kids at all. That was like one of those things I was mid-sentence and I just committed to it. I wasn't even sure what I was saying there. Yeah, dude, I'm here for you. I love little babies. The little socks and shoes, but I've heard that they don't even keep their shoes on, so there's no point. Yeah, having help is a huge difference. I have 3 boys and we're not near family. That would be so hard. 3 and not near family. I think if me and Ian were to ever become parents, we would move to Edmonton probably. Either Edmonton or I guess it depends, what country we want to be in. But I feel like if we have kids, like I'd probably want to be in Canada just because of healthcare and mostly healthcare. Having a child would send me over the edge right now. My uterus is a liability at this stage. That's very fair. I have, I've had those feelings for sure. I'd love to name my future child something really cool like Tank. Tank is sick. I think the name Veronica Jama sounds so nice. That's kind of like the
A-Log's wet dream, hey?
Girl, I would want to name her Veronica. Ronnie, it's so sweet. And like Veronica from
Dude, I'm being fair, okay? Imagine some troll watching this and just rubbing their hands together at all the juice. Oh man. Tank. Dude, Tank Joba. Oh.
Because my mom loved the Archie comics. And there's Veronica and Archie, and she was very pretty. Kids, I think, were meant to be raised by 100%, Sam. I'm very fully, like, in that camp, that, like, kids are meant to be raised by more than, like, one person. Even 2 people. Like, even if both parents are, like, able to be present, it's still not enough. I think it needs to be a village for it to be proper. And unfortunately, in the world that we live in now, that's a very hard ask. And I think the people that are raising children right now are so strong. Because that is... We really set up parents to have a very hard time. Veronica Jama sounds like a very good lady.
The thing is, I honestly,
That's
that raise of a dude, this it takes a village shit is so fucking cringe to me, because it's perfectly normal that within the current system we've got, multiple members of a family will have some role in child rearing or childcare, right? It is retard, it's commie gobbledygook, okay? Takes a village to trans a child. People will manage, and obviously other family members that are around will help and participate, which is good. Of course, it's good for them to spend time with their grandparents, their auntie, their uncle, what other family members exist, Well, to take a village, like, normally means, well, I mean, I don't... My baseline understanding of it is just that, multiple members of a family are going to be involved in child rearing. In some cultures, it's even more common that even broader families will be participating more regularly. Like, for example, like in India, they're all stuffed in one house, aren't they, over there, They all get stuffed into one place. Like, I used to work with an Indian guy, a Sikh guy. He was extremely racist. He was probably one of the most racist people I've ever met in my life, funnily enough. But yeah, one time before we went out on the town, went to his place, and he had like his missus, mother, grandparents were in there. Like, all of them were just stuffed into this one house. And it was very unusual because obviously in the UK, we tend to have one family per household. But some of those cultures, they're all just stuffed in together. So inevitably, they all participate in raising the child, particularly if the parents work and stuff like that. And I think, okay, Styler's being racist to the Indians now. Anyway, so I think that to me is what it means. It's this idea that multiple people, and you can have it within the current system, obviously a bit different with the way it is over here. But anyway, what they've taken it to mean now is like weird communist logic of like, you should have like a commune and all people in the commune participate in raising the child on like a collective level or something. Sounds a bit pedo-y to me, I must say, But anyway, we're not going to get into that now. Let's not get sidetracked. Let's get through this.
Why not something Arabic? That's a good question. I've thought about it. I really like the name Alia, but it's kind of hard because I have so many cousins and so many of them already have like names that I enjoy. Out of all of them, though, I like Alia the most. So if I were to do an Arabic name, it would be Alia. I like Yusuf. I like...
They're going to call the baby Muhammad. They're going to give me a fucking Muhammad. iDubbbz kid is going to get called fucking Muhammad, dude. What's going on, dude? Oh my God, there's no way. Come on, man. That is too much. That's ridiculous. There's no way.
I like... Yeah, I think Yusuf was the... Gaelic names are great too, yeah.
That's better. I'll take
I
that.
just heard Ian say I have a bag of sweet treats. No context whatsoever. My name was almost Clyde. I love that name. Really? You don't like Clyde? I love, like, Bonnie and Clyde. I also like names, like, I'm one of those extra people, like, I like names like Golden, which I know, like, that's like, oh, you know, stereotypical, like, fucking, like, what's the word? Like, yuppie white woman wanting to name their child Golden, but you like Clyde? I do like Clyde.
Golden.
I don't know, but hey, yeah, it's a Karen Core name for sure. That's like one of those names where, like, I acknowledge that it's not good. Like, I like it, but I acknowledge that it's not good. Clyde sounds like a short, bald guy. What? Clyde, to me, sounds like a tall, handsome, like, dark man. Like, dark-haired man. Like, a man with, like, jet black eyebrows and, like from, like, a... Like, I'm imagining, like a protagonist from, like, a 1950s film or some shit. But maybe I'm just...
Okay, to be clear, the Mohammed thing was my invention, okay? When she said Arabic name, I said Mohammed because it was funny, but I think she said Yusuf. And then moved on to Golden, just for the sake of clarity, all right?
Like, I don't know. I will say, famous basketball player Clyde Drexler did go bald pretty quickly. Oh. His name is badass, though. Clyde Drexler? Having an X in your name, and it not being Alex, because that's like a given, having X in your name is badass. You don't see that very often. Clyde is the main protagonist of the latest Final Fantasy game. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, exactly. I've been watching too much Kino Casino, putting the entertainment over the facts, unfortunately.
Clyde, and go to images. I bet it's all bald guys.
Okay, we're going to skip that a bit.
The fuck is that? I don't know. I'm just showing you what, apparently... Oh, hell nah. Apparently also, this is Clyde. I don't know. This is being stacked against you guys at this point.
Oh, that was Clyde Frog,
Clyde?
wasn't it? That was Clyde Frog from South Park.
If this guy... Now, because it was like... Okay, yes. You can't name your kid Darth Vader. But isn't there a list, and you have to, like, apply... You have to submit the name to the list. Yeah, the list is real, but you can ask for a name to be accepted. That is...
Okay, come on. This is boring
names,
now.
English names, that when it's translated to Chinese sounds like dirty or like a mean word. Like, a lot of it can sound like ugly or, you know, boobs or like it sounds like bad in Chinese, but they ended up like, yeah, I don't know, they name for like 5 minutes. You can't name your kid Jesus Christ, Santa Claus, King, crazy.
Oh.
In grade 2, 3, and we were all like teaching her being taught.
Okay, I think this is done now. I think we've
Rock
squeezed the
ugly.
content out of this.
What is it like? There's. I'm pretty sure everyone I sat beside in school. I was so fucking dumb. Last name was Walker. I also had another teacher. Man, this like bring up a lot. Name it that. She would have no clue. My name was always
Name
Maya.
your kid Fuzi.
My mom was very close to naming me Maya, but my Jedi wanted us to all have Arabic names. Great looking setup. Loving the QAnon vibes. Thank you so much. That is kind of the vibe.
Nothing has been said. Wow.
Rearrange the
We got some content out of it.
Including these desks. They're like have like inside jokes, or they know what they like they're trying to get away with it without you knowing, or I'm not really sure what the thing is, so they end up just speaking in like like they're just babbling. Like, I don't it's like at that point it's just you're not even speaking like English, coherent English. So I just genuinely, I mean, I feel a bit bad, but I also don't but it's also a little funny. It's kind of weird. It's interesting to watch. They casting babble spells. Okay, we want to play Baldur's Gate.
Then she switches to gaming, I think. So yeah, that's it.
She just fucking got
Crazy.
the ball right into our teacher's nuts. And it's still one of my
Stream
favorite
dropped 100
memories.
viewers,
We kicked
did
some
it?
balls. Nice. The kid that I went to school with literally kicked some balls. Okay, I'm so excited for this.
No, we're golden. We're golden. People want this content. Guys, this is the content that people want. I don't know what to tell you. People are keen for the Anisa A-log streams. Oh. Raid time. Oh, Dean. Yeah, we'll do some raid gameplay in a bit. Oh, I'm the people and I don't like it. I mean, unfortunately, this is this is what people are into at the moment. This is the big drama happening right now. Yeah, I think I'm going to take a quick break and then we'll do this Fruzy depression posting thing. Oh god. Listen, I feel bad. I did say this was probably what was going to happen, that he was going to come back and not be the same guy and everyone was going to be disappointed, and now apparently he's suicidal. Oof. Not good.